What's going on, y'all? This be your boy DJ Anonymous with Sports Biz Music, episode 6, and I got a special guest, my dog, LaDarien Jenkins.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing?
How you been, bro?
Man, I've been good. Been grinding.
What's the cause I be, we follow each other on social media and stuff like that, and a lot of people don't know. Well, a lot of people know. A lot of people don't know that we went to high school together.
Yeah.
Back in high school, we was all, shout out to Marvin, shout out to Glenn, shout out to all them boys.
My big brothers.
We used to always sit down and talk about like our dreams and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And now we about 25, 26 years old, 30 is like tomorrow, so.
Hey. Boy, don't say that.
Yeah, I ain't trying to say that either, but like now that we getting closer to our dreams and you got all this stuff going on, and you pretty much an entrepreneur like myself.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, shit, what you been doing?
It's a lot of things, as you see, when I'm on Snapchat traveling damn near every month. Mm-hmm. But my main focus right now is Forex. Mm-hmm. For those that don't know what Forex is, it is short for foreign exchange. Mm-hmm. It's like the stock market, mm-hmm. but way bigger. The stock market is here, and it's here in the States. Mm-hmm. I believe they trade about $253 billion a day on the stock market, and Forex they trade 5.3 trillion a day.
Damn, I gotta look that up.
Yeah, man, it's very, very lucrative. It's what make it so, compared to the stock market, what make it so great is it's such a liquid market. Mm-hmm. Like, you can put your money in today, you can make a profit today and pull your money out today. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's the earning potential is man, like there's no ceiling, like there's nothing that you can't make. Like, mm-hmm. once you if you learn the craft, if you get the craft down pat, you'll definitely be able to earn a lot of money doing Forex. Mm-hmm. That's just one of many that I'm into.
How did you get into it? How did you discover it?
I heard about Forex in high school. Mm-hmm. I heard about it in high school. I have an older cousin. He's in his 40s, mm-hmm. but he and I always connected. Well, I have a lot of older cousins. Like, my family is like
huge. Yeah.
1,000 plus, and this is like the main people that we know. Mm-hmm. It's not including the people
like
we
the immediate family.
Yeah. So with my older cousins, mm-hmm. I've always made a connection with them, mm-hmm. because they used to always hear about my dreams and things I wanted to do. Yeah. One of my cousins approached me and told me about Forex when I was younger, because mm-hmm. I was trying to look into stocks. Mm-hmm. For my birthdays, all I wanted was stock. Mm-hmm. All I wanted was, from buying Nikes. Okay, I want a stock and Nike before I go buy the shoes. My cousin came and was like, "Hey, there's this thing called Forex. Mm-hmm. It's a very liquid market." Mm-hmm. And even then, I understood the terminology mm-hmm. of liquidity mm-hmm. and return on interest and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So he was telling me about it, but I could never find anything regarding Forex. Like, I couldn't find anything on it, like nothing at all. So I believe I was like 16. Mm-hmm. Right now I'm 25. Yeah. This is my third year. I'm going on my third year mm-hmm. in Forex. Yeah. I just found out information about Forex 3 years ago.
Dang.
Yeah. And it just so happened to be by chance.
Okay.
Because I was working at this I was working at a call center, mm-hmm. and I couldn't understand why I was at the call center, because I had so much in my mind. I had so many things that I've wanted to do, so many things that I was doing, mm-hmm. and things got a little tight. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, damn, I really have to get a job. Like, I don't want to work for nobody. Yeah. I don't want to work for anybody. But I was there.
That's the goal.
Bro, tell me about it.
Just to wake up, do anything that you won't have your own schedule. Just be like, you know what? I'm making money, checking my phone, but to go to like different meetings and stuff, and like to me, like I work with kids, So sorry to cut you off because I'm gonna let you finish, but I work with kids and I love it. You know, like one day I want to have my own non-profit program. You know, for the kids. You know, for the communities. Like, you know, not just for, you know, the unfortunate areas, you know, poverty, but also some of these kids in the suburbs too, because they still, you know, they may not have the crime rate, but they still get lost in the, you know, in the technology and things like that. So you want to encourage them to go outside. So, you know, that's another venture I want to do. Hopefully in the next year or two, you know, just come up with a plan. But
absolutely, I like it.
But yeah, man, what you as you were saying, continue.
No, I was working at this call center. Mm-hmm. Me and one of my coworkers, who, you know, even though I don't work at the call center anymore, to this day, man, we still close. And he's an older dude also. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to him about Forex, and we just sitting there talking. I'm like, yeah, man, I heard about this thing called Forex some years ago, and it stuck with me the whole time. Like all these years, I've been looking for Forex information, anything on Forex. Telling him about it, he was like, you know, one of his brothers, his brother-in-law, you know, was telling him about it. Yeah, and I was looking into it. The day after he came, he was like, hey, you know, Miss V do Forex. And Miss V, I love Miss V. Miss V is an older lady. She's like in her 50s, probably pushing 60s. Yeah. And she was close to retirement. Mm-hmm. So I was like, are you sure? Mm-hmm. Like, are you sure she's doing Forex? He was like, yeah, she's doing Forex. Yeah. So went to her, I'm like, hey, Miss V, you know about Forex? Mm-hmm. She was like, you know, she older Southern lady. Yeah, child. Well, you know, it's something. You know, I put my money in, and I just seen that my money was going up, and I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, who you know that put you on?
Yeah, it had to be somebody that you know.
Yeah. So she, you know, she linked me up with you know, her mentor, and you know, he was like, hey, you know, I have meetings on this day. You can come and meet up with me. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure if you heard of Brexit.
Brexit. What is
That's that? When the UK was trying to get out of a deal with the European Union.
Oh yeah, that was a couple years ago, wasn't it? Yeah, a couple years ago.
So
they passed that, right?
I don't even remember.
Because I remember when I found out, I was like, damn, like the world is changing. Like you have these countries that want to get out. You know,
they want to be independent.
You know, like we heard of it, like, you know, me being Bahamian descent, like, you know, there was once a British colony, and it became independent, but that was so long ago. Now you start seeing these countries, especially smaller countries, want to go independent, and now we seeing it and like knowing the process.
Yeah, I mean it's you know, it's very interesting. Mm-hmm. You know that we have countries that's fighting for independence. Yeah. It's just I'm not sure what type of independence they're fighting for. Mm-hmm. The independence that Africa and the Bahamas and Haiti, you know, those type of countries, the independence that they were fighting for. Mm-hmm. Well, I might as well say we, because it's you know what I'm saying, we all came from the same motherland. Yeah. The independence they were fighting for, or that we were fighting for, is different from what they're fighting for in the UK, I assume. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what, you know, why they want their independence, but I think the day after Brexit, the market crashed, like it dropped, like it dropped, and I met this dude named Marquis. This man made $18,000 from his phone in 45 minutes right in front of me.
What,
I said,
what, from investments?
From Forex.
Forex?
In my face. In my face. He showed me that it was a live account. He showed me that it was real. He showed when he put the money in and everything. I was like, hey, sign me up. I ain't got no questions. Just teach me how to do it. I'm good. Like, just teach me how to do it. I'm like, bro, you just made $18,000 in my face. From your phone. 18,000.
18,000. It's a lot. I can do 18,000 right now, boy.
Man, who you telling? 18,000. And it's just, you know, now I'm sitting here thinking about it. February you make 3 years that I've been in Forex, and since then, like my mind and my perspective on a lot of things have changed because, you know, news affects the markets also. Yeah, it's mainly the banks that's pushing the market the way that it is, and you know, the transfer of goods from one country to the next that's moving the market. But now that I'm aware of what's going on in the news, I kind of have to be to make my income or to make sure I don't lose anything. It's like I know what's going on in other countries, and I understand what's going on in the government. Yeah. And because, you know, most of us, we don't care. It's like, okay, we hear news going on with the government, this and that. If you from where we from, you don't feel that effect at all.
No, we don't.
When there was a recession, we couldn't tell the difference.
We couldn't tell the difference. It was the rich people that felt that. It was the higher people, the people who own businesses. Like, exactly. For us, it was just like, especially around, we was in high school too, at that time too. So it was just like, we ain't really.
Bro, I hated high school. I hated high school with a passion. Oh man, I hated high school, bro.
Why?
Man, me and Glenn hated high school. Like every single day we used to talk, bro. Like what? Like we gonna do something to get kicked out, or we just gonna we hated it because we didn't feel like anyone really related to us. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like every day, you know, we in school, and mind you, like, you know, the dudes on the football team, you know, to this day, I still have love for, you know, for many of them. I still keep up with many of them, you know, to this day. But, you know, outside of them, you know, there was a lot of people that, you know, we went to school with a lot of rich kids.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
We went to school with a lot of rich kids.
I tell people all the time, like, you know, Pace was that school where you... Because when everybody think of Pace, like all the private schools, they think of everybody is like stuck up, rich and stuff like that.
Yeah, you had some of those.
I always tell people that I should joke about it. I was like, man, I'm like hood rich. Like, yeah, my mom came in like with the Mercedes and stuff, but she had to grind.
Exactly.
She had to grind for the, like now, like with me as I'm getting older, like she even teaching me to this day, like to keep grinding, to keep, you know, your foot on the pedal, because, you know, as a black man, like we have a lot, you know, challenges, like a lot of challenges.
A lot, and it's like we have to, you know, and I'll go back to the high school thing shortly. But it's like we have to work 10 times harder just to get the minimum of what anybody in the top 1% is getting. That's not our skin color. Like, I'm always in LA. Yeah. Like, to the point where, like, LA is home. Like, that's, anybody asks me, like, Miami is home, but LA is home too. Like, I'm always in LA. When I'm in LA and I'm looking at these homes and these mansions, and we driving through Bel Air and we driving through Beverly Hills, and we go up the hill and go to Beverly Park and things of that nature, I'm looking at, okay, this is Pharrell's house. Pharrell got a beautiful, his home is beautiful. Like, it looked like it's sitting on Mount Olympus, because it's just...
Oh, it's up in the mountains.
Yeah, it's up in the hills. It's like his house, and then you don't see any other houses around for like, you know, for a few miles. But it's like, damn, that's Pharrell's house. Pharrell's next door neighbor probably a lawyer or something, or they probably have a
investor.
You know what I mean? They probably, you know, investing in something. But Pharrell had to be Pharrell in order to live where Pharrell is living amongst these other people. Yeah. Beverly Park, I believe their mansion's going for like $40 million or better. Damn. You have Denzel Washington, who lives down the street from Eddie Murphy, who lives down the street from Mark Wahlberg. Yeah. Lives down the street from this person. But Eddie Murphy had to be the Eddie Murphy we know today. Denzel Washington had to be the Denzel Washington we know today in order to live in that neighborhood, or to make the income to live in that beyond great and bust our ass and go hard for something that probably comes easy for someone else.
Yeah, it's true. Like, you know, to go back to high school, to get to our point, you know, what I was trying to say was that pretty much we all had to grind. Like I tell people to this day, Pace was like, I don't know if it still is, probably still is, but Pace was like, you could tell who was in the middle class, who just got by. You could tell who was the rich people. Now, you know, I was always cool with everybody. Like, I was never in like one group. Like, I was with the nerds. I was with the jocks. I was with the quote unquote bad people. I was with everybody because everybody. To this day, I still like everyone who I talk to. Like you, Glenn, Marvin, who else? Laz, all them boys. Like, I still talk to them to this day. You know, and seeing them. Some of them boys like doing real estate, and some of them like doing all these stuff, and like you know, I always tell myself like I'm proud of everybody, you know.
Who of course.
You know, created friendships with at Pace. Pace to me is a great school. Like, I'm just talking about the environment for us, you know, because I like, for me, I was in private school my whole life pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So like, the private schools I went to wasn't like the most glamorous, you know, private schools and stuff, but it still, you know, it had structure, you know, and I tell, you know, because the kids I worked with before was in public school, so they was like, oh, you went to private school, coach, why you not rich and stuff? I said, not like that all the time. Like, you have,
it's crazy.
You know, my mom wanted me to have the best education and stuff like that. Like, you know, like, it's just I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to explain it to them, cause you know they in public school and stuff. But I always tell them, like, as you get older, you gonna start realizing why you want to put your kids in private school. Some may just
hopefully. I call it inner city ignorance. Yeah, because. And it's interesting. It's interesting to see it from both sides. At one point, I knew nothing outside of Miami. Nothing at all. But the past 2 years, I done been on the plane probably about 50 times. And this might be an under-exaggeration. Like, I'll book a one-way ticket, and I'll go somewhere that I've never been before, and I'll stay there for a bit just to experience the place. And I'll be by myself.
Nah, I'm saying your Snapchat. Like, I'd be like, damn, let me go. I need to go. That's inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I tell my fiance all the time that, cause she travel a lot too. She been to a lot of places, but still some places never been at. She asked me, where have you been? I said, just know I never been out the South. Like, I was able to go to Alabama, Georgia, you know, Tennessee, Virginia. You know, Louisiana. I've been to places like that, but I never been to New York. I never been to LA. Never been to Vegas. I never been to the Midwest. You know, I never been out the country.
Chirac.
Like, my best friend, he went to Chicago for New Year's, and he said it was beautiful, bro. He was just like, man, I love Miami, I love South Florida, but it's great to see stuff outside. You know,
absolutely, because like I'm always saying, like I'm always on the West Coast. Yeah. Like, every time I get on the plane, just assume I'm going to the West Coast. Because 9 times out of 10, that's where I'm going to end up. Like, even if I fly to like Georgia, or if I fly to, you know, Tennessee or wherever it is, I'm always going to end up on the West Coast. Yeah. Like, you know, Utah is beautiful. People here in Miami think Utah, it's like, hey, Utah, man, I ain't trying to go to no, you know what I mean? But when you there and there's mountains and you know you actually get to see the seasons change. Like, that was my first time ever seeing snow. Yeah, you know what I mean? And you know, and this is why I love Forest, because Forest has it's allowed me to you know, experience these different things without having to, you know, take my trade my time for money. I'm not yet an expert. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I ain't Bill Gates. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? But it showed me a lot of things. It's opened plenty of doors for me to meet different people and to experience pieces of the life that I've always expected to live. Mm-hmm. Like I always tell people, I don't have dreams, I have expectations. Mm-hmm. Like there's nothing dreamy about where I plan on going. Like I expect to get there. Like I plan on getting wherever I say I'm going to go. And I do it, I do it all silently. Like I don't, people on Snapchat, the only people that know I'm alive. Because I don't, I have a Twitter, don't use it. Yeah. I have a
Facebook. You don't really be.
I mean, the only reason I opened Facebook, and mind you, I had deleted Facebook right before we graduated high school. Yeah, I opened Facebook last year, around my birthday. Well, the year before last, around my birthday. Yeah, because I needed to get in contact with somebody for business purposes. Yeah. The week of my birthday is when I reopened the my Facebook. Yeah. And people I haven't spoken to in years, hit me up and things of that nature. But like I don't really use Facebook. Mm-hmm. Instagram, I don't really use Instagram, but I am going to start using them more often because I have a lot of things coming down the barrel that I'm going to be promoting and putting out. Yeah. So.
So like explain, cause like for me, for my investments, cause I started doing investments like probably like a couple years, but I was like testing different platforms. Right now I'm using Acorns, cause Acorns is I love it because like all your loose change, it goes on the side and it's built through time. So to me, like that's like the safest way, but I also got like Robinhood, Stash, like But
damn, so we done heard about the same stuff.
Yeah. But like, what's the with forex like? So you telling me forex is more of like it's foreign, like it's overseas type money?
Yes and no. Like it's all currency. It's global currency. You have the U.S. dollar. You have the Japan yen. You have the British pound. You have the yen, which is, if I'm not mistaken, it could be an African, the rand, which I believe is an African currency. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. You have the Swiss franc, and also, with the boom of cryptocurrency, you also have cryptocurrency. You have the Bitcoin. You have the other one, the ETH. Don't remember the name of it. You have Ripple. Yeah. So
let's get into that because cryptocurrency. Got a lot of like homeboys and stuff like yourself. Well, you more of a homeboy. You like my brother.
Of course.
But like I know a lot of people who got into crypto, and I'm one of the ones like me. I never really been ignorant. Like I always wanted to find out what it is, do my research, and like I'm like 50-50 with crypto because like I see Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin not the only one, is going down now. Yeah. But that's like I look at that like the stock exchange. Like some stocks just keep going down. Like penny stocks, like is one of the stocks I've really been wanting to get into because like I've watched videos of like Warren Buffett, and he was saying like penny stocks is is where it's at. Not just because you're a beginner, but like that penny stock could be worth 50 cents per stock now, but imagine it go to $5 and you invested like $1,000. Yeah, you pretty much you.
Yeah, facts. And some people might listen to that and say, "Oh, it's just $5." No, but it's like no. You put in if you buying 50 cents worth of anything, even if it go to $1.50, that's a hell of a return on your investment.
That's a lot of percentage coming back. But like, what's like for you, like because you heavy in it, like. What's like the for people out there that's investing, that's want to start investing? What you think is the best like direction for them to start off with? Cause you got crypto, you got stocks, you got all these stuff, you got forex, you got all these things, you got these ETFs. Like that's what Acorns use ETFs. You know what I'm saying? So what what you think people should start off with?
Ooh. Honestly, I think it's my answer won't fit everyone.
Yeah.
Because of the where my expectations of where I plan on going and the type of life that I expect to live. So we can say the basic things like real estate.
Yeah, real estate. Yeah.
We can say things like we can say stock market. Mm-hmm. But then if I say that, I'm going to have to give you details on how to get into those things. Because I'm quite sure just about everyone that's hearing this, or everyone everyone here that heard of, invest in the stock market, invest in, invest in real estate. But people don't know the details of how to do it, how to get started, where to go, and things, things of that nature. So if you want to, I would say definitely look into real estate. If you want to look into real estate, get your credit fits. Find somebody that's going to help you get your credit up. If you know how to do it yourself, do it yourself. Get your credit fits. If you, you can get your credit clean, look into building that credit. You have no line of credit, go to the bank, get a secure loan or secure debit cards, and it's basically you put your own money up. They're gonna put it into an account. They're gonna freeze that account. Let's say you put up $1,000.
Yeah.
That $1,000 coming right back to you. It's gonna be frozen, but they're gonna have $1,000 in your account that's frozen. So you're gonna make payments off that $1,000 every single month if you're doing a secure loan. If you're doing a secured card, you just treating it like a debit card. You swipe, cool. Now you go pay for it. Or treat it like a credit card. You swipe it, all right. You're gonna have to make payments on that. Yeah. Let it build up for like a year and a half, 2 years, however you do it. Just get mentors that's going to teach you about it also. Get somebody that knows about real estate that's going to assist you. Like I have a real estate mentor. Like he has a lot of property, like a lot. And he's teaching me about real estate, about getting, the importance of credit. So credit is important. I don't care what nobody say. Get your credit fixed. Get your credit straight. Keep your credit straight so that you can have leverage. Yeah. If you want to get into Forex is something that if anybody asks, I would tell anybody to get into Forex. With Forex, in my opinion, just because it's you don't necessarily have to follow what I'm saying. But I think with Forex, it is definitely best to get a mentor for Forex also. Somebody that's in it, somebody that knows what they're doing. Or if you just know somebody that's in it, iron can sharpen iron. Yeah. Learn from each other, bounce ideas off of each other. Every time I show somebody the charts, they like, yo, what the hell is this? Because it looked like Chinese. Like I can show it to you, show you what the charts look like from my phone.
So we after you showed me this, I want to also talk about the mentorship, because I've lately been wanting to looking for a mentor, just to help me, kind of guide me, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do, like not just investments and also like the different businesses I have right now that I'm trying to grow, but I also want to create my own.
Of course.
I just have so many things. So, like, what's the steps of getting, like, having a mentor? Like,
be proactive. Be very proactive. If you want someone to mentor you, when I say be proactive, not just, all right, go out and actively looking for someone. Yeah. But also have something to offer to them, like with my mentor, and I have a few mentors. I have a mentor for Forex. I have more than one mentor for Forex, and I have a mentor for real estate. Yeah. Originally, when I went to him, someone was telling me, "Hey, I know this dude. He fits credit. He can definitely help people fix their credit." And I was like, "Okay, cool. I can fix my own credit." I was thinking in my brain. And then she was like, well, you know, he has a lot of property and this and that. Like, I had to open, like, the light bulb went off in my head. Yeah. I'm like, he got his own property. I'm like, well, like, what type of property he owns? It's like, oh, well, you know, a bunch of houses. He has a barbershop. He has, like, you know, not just residential. He has commercial real estate. So I'm like, hey, I need to meet this dude. So, you know, I met up with him. Asked him, like, hey, you know, I want to get my credit fits, this and that. What's your price? He was like, well, if we do this, we do that, this and that, this the price. I'm like, all right, cool. I was like, well, listen, honestly, I came to you because I heard that you have property. I heard that you own things that I want. I said, I really came to you for a mentorship, like, and I'm willing to, you know, pay you this, just to help me out. I'm like, so what's your price to, you know, to mentor me? And just because I offered him something, it's like, man, listen, hey, you don't even have to pay me anything. He said, if you wanna learn, I'm gonna teach you. He said, I can tell you want it because you offering to pay me. He said, nah, I'm not gonna charge you. He said, I'll teach you. So have something to offer. Don't just, because we got to realize a lot of times we'll go to these people and we'll ask them like, hey, I want you to mentor me. Yeah. They may not have time. Yeah. They may have way better things to do than to be teaching us. And to us, it may be selfish, but at the end of the day, if we're asking mentorship from somebody, in our eyes, they're probably successful in whatever it is we're asking them to mentor us in. Which he probably has a lot of things to do. Probably his time probably consumed by, you know, income producing activity. So have something to offer. Don't just be like, hey, teach me how to do this. It's like, bro, get out my face. What you talking about? Get out my face.
So it's pretty much like trade for trade. Like, I teach you anything that you need to be teach with everything. But like, for the person that's getting mentored, you have to still give them something. Like, put something on the table for them. Like, maybe, I don't know, like, cause someone told me like, taking them out for lunch or something. Or,
yeah, I mean, it don't even necessarily have to be that. It don't necessarily have to be something tangible. Yeah. Just show them that you're worth their time. Like, if I'm, you know, if I'm out, if I'm making it, I'm making a whole bunch of money, I'm doing what I want to do in life. Somebody come to me and they offer, you know, they say, hey, I want you to teach me. I got to know that you serious. I got to know that you really want to do this. I don't want you wasting my time. Yeah. Like, for me, and I've learned and I've developed this mindset through very successful people. Time is the greatest asset you can have. Yeah. Like, the best asset you can have. Like, I could be working a job, you know, and making $150,000 a year. If I can make just $50,000 a year without having to step in somebody's job, without trading my time for that $150,000, I'll take that $50,000 and leave the extra $100,000 on the table.
Yeah, because you know why? Like I tell my fiance, the excitement of anything could happen. You know, like right now, like, you know, we doing this podcast. Someone may listen to it and be like, you know what? I want to invest. I want to, you know, work with him. I want to invest in whatever he has, or I want to help him out. You know, like 9 to 5. I've learned that, you know, for me, you know, since I was in middle school, high school, I always said I never want to work for nobody. I said I want to have my own businesses. You know, because growing up in the family, you know, my mom, you know, she has her own business. My grandparents, all of them, from my mom and my dad's side, like, they all own businesses. They own land. You know,
that's
uncle, aunties, you know, sisters and brothers and stuff like that. Cousins, like, they have their own things. I'm like, you know, for me, right now I want to be a sports and entertainment agent. You know, but you know, anybody asks me what you want to do 20, 30 years from now. 20 to 30 years from now, I want to have a couple professional teams. So when I have kids and you know the agency is booming, but I want to step away from that because you can't have both. You know, you can't be into both. You know, but once I step away from that, I may give that to like my kids or maybe a niece or nephew or something like that.
Exactly.
And like it just, I don't know, like to get back, like to go back with time, like it's true, like knowing that you got time to do this and do that, and like for the last, like I said, the last couple weeks, you know, my phone been kind of blowing up a little bit. You know,
boy, that's so aggravating. Boy.
It's aggravating, but it's like you know, you have all these you know opportunities. You know, people. Like one of my boys hit me up about a warehouse. Like you know he wanted to do something with it. You know, I can't really go into details, you know, for his, you know, out of respect. But
of course,
that's something else that I'm like. When he reached out to me, I'm like, yes, like I want to be involved in that project, you know. So it's just about that time. It's about like I'd rather make, like you said, $50,000 a year, but that $50,000 a year, the next week could end up being $200,000, $200,000 a year, to $500,000. You know?
That's facts, and it's crazy because, you know, people don't really, unless you're around me all the time, or unless I, you know, talk to you, you know, on this level, like the conversation we're having now. Like this is a conversation that we, you know, this type of conversations we've had in high school. Yeah. And we still having it at the age of, you know, 25. Like we still having this conversation. People don't know that, you know, I'm quite sure there's a lot of people don't know that we think this way. They probably know you think this way now because, you know, you're promoting the podcast and you know, the random stuff marketing and things of that nature. All that stuff, you know, but people don't really know we have this mindset. And it seemed like you and I are fighting for the same thing. I don't care about tomorrow, you know, although like that I could be using my time making this $50,000, and $50,000 become $200,000 next week. And by the way, that's not crazy because my Forex mentor, shout out to Ryan Gilpin, who's showing me how to still showing me how to trade. He'll have, you know, days where he make $80,000 in a day, $90,000 in a day. He's 27.
Yeah, it's motivating, man. Like when I see people like around our age, or because as we get older, it's younger kids coming up, 21, 22 years old. Like the people who created Snapchat, they our age. Like it's niggas like 3 of them. They like 26, 25, 27. They around that age. Like I remember 3-4 years ago when we was in you know, in college and stuff like that. These boys became billionaires overnight because of an app.
Yeah, and by the way, I don't. it seemed like it's overnight to us, but you know, don't want to disrespect them and say it was overnight. That's something they put together. It built up for a while, and it became an overnight success. Yeah, that's like sometimes it take years to be an overnight success. Yeah.
So I don't mean like they did it in that day.
No, I understood where you was coming from.
Like you know, they probably planned it for about 2, 3, 4 years. You know, they probably was seeing, you know, because especially in technology, you know, social media is growing. Like they probably had looked at Facebook and seen what they had but didn't have. They probably looked at Vine, they looked at Instagram and stuff, Twitter. They're like, you know what? Let's just have people tell their stories for about 10 seconds. Now it's at a point where you can just hold the button and you can have like a minute.
It goes on forever. It goes on forever.
You can save the memories and stuff like that.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, imagine if everyone had the the mindset to go out and just do something better, to do something great, and share the information, trade ideas, from one mind to the next, come together and have a mastermind, have a group think. Like, man, we could do so much. Yeah. And then I'm quite sure you've heard growing up, but people used to talk down on our generation. Yeah. Oh man, y'all the worst generation. Oh, I feel bad for y'all generation. And especially, I was definitely hearing it because growing up, by the time I was 10, I had 10 dead friends. Mm-hmm. Everybody except for one died from gun violence. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, just being here today, and thinking about the life that that we've come from, and this is something me and my cousin talk about all the time. It's like, damn, like, look at us, because me and my cousin, like, we grew up with Eli Rogers. Eli Rogers, that's family, right? With DJ, like DJ to like DJ, that's like my, it's like my brother. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, that's because I played football with DJ when I was maybe 10.
Talking about DeAndre Johnson?
Yeah.
Man, shout out to him, man.
No, I'm trying to interview
everybody. 10. Steven, I'm still waiting for my damn response. Cause he said he was down for it, but I know he busy though, man. He just got signed with the Redskins and stuff, so yeah. But
shout out to Steve. We used to call him the Drizzy Drake of football.
The Drizzy Drake, 'cause that was his favorite. That's probably still his favorite artist, man. But
like we, we came from, a certain, came from a certain type of lifestyle. Came from seeing certain things. Mm-hmm. Like, to this day, I still I play O-line. Yeah. My cousin played quarterback. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Shaw. My cousin played quarterback. DJ played running back. Mm-hmm. Eli played running back. Mm-hmm. Quentin Dunbar, that played for the Redskins, he played running back. So that was my first time playing football. Mm-hmm. I was ended up being the best O-line on the team, and the whole thing was you protect them by any means. Mm-hmm. And to this day, I'm still that way. Mm-hmm. Like, if anything happened, go down with DJ, I'm dropping everything, I'm going the way he at. Yo, what's up? You all right? You good? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But like, this the type of environment that we've come from. Now, you have to find a way to take that energy from the environment that you come from and transfer it over to business, transfer it over to corporations and things of that nature. Yeah. It's not as easy if you don't have a certain level of self-awareness. Mm-hmm. Like, you have to be aware of what you're doing and what you're saying. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I know loyalty is big for me. Mm-hmm. And the only people that can really hurt me is the people that I am loyal to. Yeah. But then, when I, bringing that energy back over to this side, I can't really bring that energy into business. Mm-hmm. Because if I'm being loyal to this company, if it's not in the company's best interest to keep me, which I'm damn sure gonna make sure that's never the case, because I'm always be a big asset to wherever I'm at. Yeah. I can't take that personal because it's business.
It's business, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Growing up, if quote unquote business deal went wrong, somebody getting shot, somebody getting killed, this is happening. Mm. But now it's like years later, I'm like, damn, like, this is what we made it out of. Yeah. Like, we're no longer in that space. Mm-hmm. Now we're over here. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm talking to condo associations to see if this condo is good for me. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to see if this, this spot right here is good for me to live in. Yeah. And it's like, damn, like, so you go from living in the hood, you go from living in the worst, some of the worst neighborhoods to neighborhoods that people travel to and want to stay there when they travel there, and all this other craziness. Mm-hmm. And when you sit back and reflect on things like that, I'm like, damn, I got to keep going because I can't go back. Yeah, I can't go back to that. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't go back. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just you like, and that's something very important to me. You got to learn how to transfer your energy. And I think as a black community, we have it. Yeah. Whatever it is, we have it. Yeah. You will not meet a race that's more passionate than us.
Yeah, like I was speaking to my fiance yesterday. We went to go see Den of Thieves, great movie. And she was talking about like, cause you know she's Dominican, so she was talking about like why, like they don't have a superhero. You know, they have superheroes, but they don't have like, you know, like the white folks, even us, like we have multiple like superheroes that's like everybody knows. And I was telling her like, you know, y'all got baseball, y'all got soccer, y'all got all this stuff, but she was like, we want that superhero, cause like growing up, watching TV shows, you know, reading, you know, comic books and stuff like that, you know, seeing like your own, like representing, cause I get where she was coming from, and I was telling her, us black folks, we was fighting for that for a long time. Like, no, a lot of people don't even know
what original, are we not fighting for?
Like the original Green Lantern was black, you know. So
yeah,
we had a great conversation, and I was just telling her like, you know, because you know I was just telling her like what should I got and stuff, what should I have and stuff. But at the end of the day, we are, you know, minorities and stuff. And I was telling her about like, y'all have like the second richest man in the world, the Mexican, the one.
Oh, Carlos Slim Hilo.
Yeah, the one that owns I think the telecom, right?
Yeah.
This man, I told her this man worth $73 billion. Like I would be bored with $73 billion. He's 73 years old. Like it's not like he's like 80, 90 years old. Like the man's still young. Like he's still able. But I was telling her like, you know, one day y'all will have that. Y'all will have that chance where y'all have that, you know, that Latin, you know, superhero, because especially of nowadays with technology and like social media and stuff, and you know, you have these bigger companies like Marvel and Disney, all them reaching out to their fans, being hands-on, and start just, they not, you know, back in the early 2000s and 90s and 80s and whatever, before we was even born, like these bigger companies were like far away from their fans. But now because of technology, you know, because of the internet, then social media, phones start becoming more, you could be more interactive with your phone.
Yeah.
A lot of these researchers in these companies, like, you know what, we need that. So I told her, like, you know, there's going to be a time for that. And y'all going to be proud of that.
Man, listen, the time for that is right now.
Yeah.
This the type of energy I'm on, right? And black excellence.
Yeah.
I'm on that right now. Black excellence, right?
Yeah.
And this mindset comes from my childhood.
Yeah.
It comes from what I call inner city ignorance, like I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
Whatever do not exist for us, let's create it.
Yeah.
Because at one point in life, I didn't know that rich black people existed. And that's terrible.
That's terrible.
That's crazy to even fathom that I used to think that way at one point in life. Like, I really thought I was going to be the first rich black person ever.
But there's a whole bunch of them. Like,
yeah, but come on, like you growing up, and you know, police brutality is not new to us.
Nah, it's been there for.
It's not new to us.
A long time.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know, if people just pay attention to the reactions of others, you can kind of understand where the mindset is. Somebody gets shot and you hear it on TV that somebody was gunned down by the police. If somebody's like, oh my God, that's terrible.
Yeah.
Damn, that's new to you? Like that's really new to you?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't seem like you care. I'm desensitized to it.
It happens every day.
It happens all the time.
Like it's two different. Cause you this like I thought the last podcast was great. Like this one great. Like you opening me up more. The different like it's two different situations. You know, I had to learn that. You have police brutality, and then you have, you know, crime in our own community.
Correct.
And my whole argument was that, there are two different aspects, like, you know, the police, you know, attacking us. And yeah, it happens not only in our race, but yeah, white people kill each other, Spanish people kill each other, all that stuff. But it's like, it's not a lot of us. My whole thing is that, you know, you got, you know, places like Chicago, Miami, you know, LA, New York. You got these places where you have these black communities, like, that's like, majority of them is killing each other. Like, it's places like in the United States where you have black communities, they look out for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I go like Belle Glade, for example. You know, Belle Glade, yeah, it's some crime rate here and there and stuff like that. But the community overall,
when that community stick together. I think we found that out when we played down there.
When Belle Glade came to us, like, it was the whole town, like, bruh. We was like, why you ain't play this game at Trash Powder? They was like, no, we gonna play
seriously. I'm talking, man. Listen. That's probably the first time Pace ever witnessed so much weed smoke. Yeah, like like that. But see, man, I used to love. I know this off top. I used to love games like that because it's like, oh, this the type of environment I strive in. Like, anything that's chaotic, and it's sad to say, but anything that's chaotic, we know how to survive in that because we come from that.
Yeah, that's that energy too.
Yeah, it's like, man, listen. Especially being in Miami. Yeah. The difference between Miami and everywhere else, and we say all the time, Miami got a certain arrogance. Yeah. There's a certain arrogance that people in Miami have. Yeah. And you can go anywhere else that, you know, as much as I love LA and as much as, you know, this place, there's no place like Miami. Yeah. None. Like, you could tell when somebody ain't from here because it's like, hey, I'm from Florida. Yup, he ain't from Miami. Yeah. Because Florida and Miami, two different things.
Yeah, like he's probably from, like, you know, Tampa somewhere. Like, even like, I got family up in Jacksonville and stuff like that. They're like, man, y'all Miami boys be something else. They be like, y'all Miami boys be, you know, y'all be something else. Because, like, when we travel, even, like, within the South, like, a lot of people from Atlanta, Memphis, like, that was the last place I went to, like, that was out of the state of Florida. They're like, y'all from Miami or something, huh? Y'all from Miami. Like, yeah,
boy, all the time.
A lot of people say, like, we have an accent. We may not notice because we, you know, we from here, you know what I'm saying? But they're like, y'all got this accent where it's southern, but y'all got that city. Y'all got that city mentality. I got that mindset. Like, and I always tell, like, artists from, you know, up north, from like other regions and stuff. Miami is like pretty much the New York of the South. Like, they'll talk about Atlanta, but I'm like, Miami is like, to me, still, it's like the Mecca. Like, it's the magic city. Everybody come down here. You know, like, you got, you know, people from New York come down.
Shit, people from New York move down to Miami. Yeah, and like a lot of young successful people that I know that's from New York has moved to Miami. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So Miami is it's a big deal. And shit, you know, I know this a you know, sports business and you know, podcast. Yeah. But everything that we're talking about, still we can still incorporate into some type of business. Because I believe where you come from, it can still shape a certain mindset. It can still put a certain give you a certain type of energy that you put out. It could be your fuel. Like, I think had I not been from Miami, I wouldn't have had the type of mindset that I've had. But there's no way that, like, my mom, the way I'm thinking now, my mom didn't think this way. She think this way now, but my mom didn't think this way. My grandfather didn't think this way. My auntie, uncles didn't think this way. You know what I'm saying? Just how people be like, oh, this the real Miami. Oh, that cross the bridge, that's that fake. It's not fake. It's just not real for some of us because that's not where we come from. That's not what we know. That's not the life we live in.
And a lot of people, you know, I tell a lot of out-of-towners, I tell them, like, it's not as fake, it's just that as like a native of Miami, like, I tell this story all the time, like, my car almost got towed when I was 18 years old. I didn't really know Miami Beach like that. Like, I never, like, that was like my first time going to. And
your shit will get towed in Miami Beach.
And like I parked somewhere real quick because I want to get these shoes. I went to Miami Skate Shop over there because I didn't know they had two. I know now I had found out later on they had one in Sunny L's, but they got one on South Beach. So I'm like, let me go over there and get me these shoes real quick to match my outfit. So when I got back out, the tow man was all like, man, like, bro, like, you know, I ain't know I was fucking up, blah blah blah. He was like, where you from? I'm like, I'm around like the Opelika area. Like, oh, you from the mainland? Cause you know that's how they call us, like, y'all over the bridge, y'all from the mainland. I'm like, yeah, like, he like, bro, like, cause I think the dude was from like Hialeah, but he was like, man, like, people over here are very like, you know, they very bougie. They very like, when they see something wrong, like, you know, they gon' wanting to call the police right then and there and stuff like that. Like,
and you can kind of tell that's probably someone that's not from Miami also. Yeah. Like, because man, listen, Miami is such a laid back city. Yeah. You know, LA is too, but in Miami is different. It's such a laid back city, and I tell people all the time, like, out of towners, like, listen, you're not going to experience too much racism in Miami. But you damn sure well see classism a lot. Yeah, classism. Like, you would damn sure see a lot of classism.
Yeah, it's big now.
It's huge. Yeah. Like, listen, these people don't give a damn what color you are. If your money green, they cool with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, because even, the way I dress, I don't, shit, I'll be somewhere and, especially every time with my mom, it's like, hey, what do you do? It's like, are you a rapper? Like, you and the mindset, it's like, it's crazy. Are you a rapper? Do you play ball? Damn, that's all I could do is be a rapper or play ball. Like, that's you see a dude 6'3", 260 pounds. He got dreads. He automatically play football or play sports. And the crazy thing is, like, some people might be like, oh, well, that's still racism. Yeah. That's the mindset of, I don't want to say the majority of white people because damn it, that's the mindset of the majority of the Caucasians we come across.
I get asked that time, like, you play football, you still play football? Like, nah, I've just I wanted to play, in college. I ain't have I had the grades, but I had the test scores because the SATs I ain't really do good on. But I say I want to hopefully manage athletes and
I hated school. I hated school. Listen,
I'm the opposite, but it's not the books. It was the fact that because I'm in school now, like I'm at Nova for my second master's, and I tell people it's more about networking. Like, yeah, I'm doing an MBA program, and I'm over here in a group with a person who's like, I think she's like I forgot what she do, but she's up there for like one of the UPS warehouse in Hialeah. I think she's like she work in human resources or something like that. Mm-hmm. But like to be able to work with people like that, like it's like I tell people all the time, going to college is not just about going to school and playing sports. It's about building your network.
It's true, but people don't know that, or in the city, any city kids, they won't necessarily know that because we already come up with a part of my language, but we already got a fucked up mentality. Mm-hmm. It's growing up is I ain't friendly. Mm-hmm. That's the dumbest mindset in the world to have. Like you plan on you plan on being successful. Mm-hmm. If so, you better throw that mindset out right now. Yeah, it's like, hey, I ain't friendly. I ain't this and that, and it's affecting my business. Yeah, like the reason why I'm not a multi-millionaire right now is because of me. Mm-hmm. Period. It's because of me. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want to talk to people. Because I don't want to, it's not that I don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. And I'm a great people's person. That's the crazy part about it. Yeah. But I've spent years not really talking to people. Mm-hmm. And, partly to do with my upbringing, partly to do with, certain family members that I had that was living a certain type of life. I couldn't just be around any and everybody. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I was a target as a kid because of who I was related to. Mm-hmm. So that naturally made me not want to talk to anybody, made me not trust people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But to have to grow up in that type of environment, it's I can seriously say it's a disadvantage. Yeah. But, it's black privilege. Yeah. I understand why Charlamagne named his book Black Privilege.
Yeah, I ain't finished the book. I had to shout out my sister-in-law, her birthday today. I let her read the book, but like the stuff that he said in the book, like it's true. Like and just read his.
I haven't even read the book.
Read the book. Like the first, because the first few pages you gonna like be in love with the book. I just haven't had time. Like I told myself this and beyond. Like I want to go back into like. Cause I read, but I do like a lot of research. I want to start reading like books.
I love reading.
Yeah,
I love reading. As much as I didn't like school, but let me finish the. Yeah. I'm gonna finish the my black privilege point before I tell you how I was able to hate school but love reading at the same time. I say it's black privilege because just like working out. Mm-hmm. You have to have some type of resistance to grow, to get stronger. Mm-hmm. Who the fuck coming out of the worst possible situations? Who's coming out of being a target as a kid because of who you're related to? Who's coming out of, boy. I done lived in a house where there was no water, there was no lights, where, like third world countries, we had to go somewhere, put, turn water on, put it in a bucket, and go pour it, keep on pouring it into the toilet until it flush. Leave the house, come back home, and the whole house smelling like toxins. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That does something to you. If it don't, I mean, you done got too used to whatever it is that you're going through, and that's a terrible thing to have. I say black privilege because that is a fire everybody don't have. Like everybody don't have the type of fire we have. Everybody don't go through the same bullshit we go through. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the world. Listen. The world is for us to take. Yeah. There's a change, there's a shift in this world. There's no more, the white man holding me back. Y'all can kiss my ass with that excuse. I don't abide by that. I don't follow rules, to be honest with you. I got my own way of living. I don't take advice from nobody. Not saying I just don't take it from anybody, but I'm very selective of who I take advice from. Yeah. Like you. If I won't trade my lifestyle with yours, whatever you tell me, it's either going to. If I got some type of respect for you, it's just gonna go from one ear, not the other. If I don't have respect for you, I'm gonna tell you to get your ass out my face. Yeah. Hey, keep it moving. I don't need that type of energy. You can keep that negativity out my face. Yeah. Like, let's use that energy and put it somewhere else. We taking this energy, putting it to guns. We taking that energy and we want to go smoke. We want to go drink. We want to go do this. Like, yo, you got this fire in you. You mad because you grew up and you ain't had nothing. You mad because you grew up broke. Man, take that energy, go start your company. Yeah. Take that energy and do what you always wanted to do. That's why we have success stories like Devontae Freeman.
Yeah, that's family too, dog.
Shout out to Liberty City. We got Amari Cooper. Shout out to Cooper from
the Grove. I know a lot of artists from the Grove, and like before you finish your point, a lot of people don't know, like the Grove, like you have Coconut Grove, you got the Grove.
Yes.
you got literally like you talking about gentrification down there. You got the malls and stuff, all this stuff, and then you got the Grove. I'm like, this shit is like Overtown.
Yeah. Shout out to wifey. That's where the love of my life is from. She from the Grove. Like it's, man, you know, everybody know each other.
Yeah, it's like
in the Grove.
Yeah,
everybody know each other.
And that's what I'm. That's another community. Like to go back to like the black community. Like that's another community. Like the Grove is like everyone know each other. Everybody like somebody cousin or something like that. Somebody auntie, and it's like it's unity. You feel me? And that's something like I remember.
And then dog, they done had so many success stories come from there.
Yeah.
Y'all got Frank Gore, who's now we can officially say is the greatest running back to ever come out of Miami.
Yeah.
Mari Cooper.
Yeah.
You got Denzel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's some. I know I'm missing a few people,
it's a lot of people.
It's some greats. Like and then in that small area, people usually don't make it out. But Coconut, nigga, you can run and sprint through the Grove. Start time to stop you in 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
But in that oops. By the way, the headliners group.
Yeah.
They from the Grove.
Yeah.
Like they got the passion. Like they have it. We also have it down, on our end. But Miami, we got this arrogance.
Like I tell once again I tell all the time is like, Miami is not just about the beaches. Like Miami is like other places. You have north, east, west, you have down south, you have all these different communities. Because like you said, it's not about race down here in Miami. Like, maybe back in the day, like my granddad said, like, kinda,
like they keep black people away from.
But it was even just that. It was the fact that if you was from Overtown, you was from Overtown. You was coming from Liberty City and they didn't know you, and you was going to Overtown, you'll probably get jumped or something. If you was from like Coconut Grove, but you went down to Richmond Heights or something like that. Like,
that wasn't even just like that back in granddaddy day. Like when we was growing up, that's yeah. But I can say that the energy in Miami it shifted a little bit. It shifted. We was going through, we went through that. I can't even say a phase, but at a certain point in life, we had we had the most notorious killers, drug dealers, and all that down here. Quite sure everybody heard of Griselda Blanco. Mama Blanco was living down here. Her son's still alive. Well, one of them still living. So we had I ain't even gonna go down the list, but you had like Booby Gang. You had we had all of them, and these are the people that we glorified, right? My dad is a victim of that. Bo Dilly is his first cousin. Now, my grandmother, and this is something I didn't even know till a few years ago. My grandmother was a millionaire. She's still alive. My grandmother was a millionaire. She made her fortune. She didn't go to college or anything. She made her fortune. She made her money. She opened up a few companies. When the economy hit, it went down. She wasn't a millionaire anymore after the economy fell. But from what my dad was seeing, it's like, damn, my cousin out here doing the big. Everybody know my cousin. My cousin got a Rolls Royce in his living room. He had a Rolls Royce in his living room. Mind you, his house is in Miami Gardens that he built. He bought 2 houses, tore them down, and built one. It's like 2 streets from Beacon Hill. It's a mansion in the middle of fucking Miami Gardens. That's what my dad was seeing, and and I can understand it. I'm not my dad is a, you know, as good of a person he is, as great of a person as my dad is, you know, good heart and everything. My dad was a street dude. I'm a hood nigga. It's a difference between a street nigga and a hood nigga. Street niggas, they take part in those activities. They the ones that'll get out there and sell the drugs. That's the ones that'll, you know, put a pistol out, shoot at you, this and that. I'm a hood nigga because I'm from there. Yeah. Every time I used to be around the drug dealers, I used to ask, yo, where y'all cars at? Where the houses? Y'all ain't got none of that? All right, cool. Then y'all don't make enough money for me. Seriously. Yeah. Right? I think had I been around, you know, had I been around Bo Diddley, you know, this other stuff, that probably would have changed my mind. But I wasn't. So the drug dealers I was seeing, they probably was making money pulling out, you know, wads of cash, but like, bro, you still on the corner with these, you know, you look bummy. Like you ain't, nigga, you driving your mama car, you can't even go get a car in your own name. You ain't got no bank account. You ain't got no house. You staying at your mama house, and people, you know, it's like, what I'm gonna be a drug dealer for? Y'all boys ain't cutting the type of checks I want. No. So I stayed away from that. I used to make my money fighting. Like I used to, you know, people used to call me, hey, look, I need you to come fight. Woo-de-woo. All right, cool. Make my money doing that. But I stayed away from all, you know, the other stuff. Yeah. Jay-Z said, I'd rather die enormous than live dormant. I feel that. I understand that. I thought I wasn't going to live past a certain age because I'm like, man, listen, we going to get rich or die trying. Yeah. It's not because 50 Cent said it. It's because we all came from the same environment. Yeah. We all came from the same environment. We want greatness out of life. And if we can only get it for this short period of time and then that's it for us, all right, cool. That's the mentality we used to have. That's the mentality a lot of us had. A lot of us ain't here anymore. Now, you know, with our generation, it's like, hey, it's so much out here. There's so much things we can do now.
And to get back to, you know, that fire, my fire was the, you know, I mean, my mom would kill me, but I just said it's Opalaka, but she would say Opalaka across the street. So, but like, I never was the, you know, when I just go home, I go home. I don't never really, you know, go around the neighborhood and stuff like that. Like, my mom made sure I was home, you know, do homework and stuff. So, I grew up, you know, having, you know, a good life, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have cousins and stuff that, you know, them niggas was hood.
I think all of us got.
But all of them always made sure that, you know, I still be that one, like the stay, you know, on course. You know what I'm saying? And like some of them, they doing great right now. But my fire was the critics, like the people that was like, oh, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna be able to do this, you know, like you crazy and things like that, or the doubters and stuff. You remember back in high school, I was preaching like the doubters. That was like my thing. And like as I got older, I'm like, this is not the main reason why I do it, but this is why I stay focused on my dreams, because that's motivation. That's motivating me to work harder even more, like to get where I want to be at. Because my thing is that I hate people who doubt, but you need them. Like it's like for real, like it's a balance in the world. Like,
hey, I'm laughing because I'm in that situation right now where somebody need me, but you know.
Yeah, like you need them because one day they gonna want to need they may need you, and that may be a great opportunity. But my thing is that you need them as a person to keep doubting you, because the fact that that's one of the things that's pushing you. Yeah. You know, like, you know, of course I got my, you know, my mom and stuff like that, my fiance, you know, I got a core, but, you know, I'm a positive person, but sometimes, like, the negative energy come in and you look at them and they say, like, oh, okay, I guess you're doing okay, but you still ain't shit. You know, you still not gonna, you know, do this and do that.
Okay.
That's you see me, you know, like my fiance, she was like, oh, why like you be up all night and stuff, like, cause like I play the video game. The video game, you know, helped me, you know, bring out new ideas. And some nights I'll be doing that. Some nights I just come out, be on my phone, just think, or I be on the computer and stuff like that. Just think of new ideas. Think of like what's the next move. And if you're not doing that as a person as well, like, you know, even if you're working, because I work a 9 to 5, but like if you're not like using the extra time to like, you know,
yes,
like sacrificing some of that sleep,
yeah,
to think of what you want to do, like for now and for tomorrow, you know, like you're not serious about what you want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So like for example, the podcast. One day I was like, cause my fiance, we came up with Coda Talk. I came up with that.
Dope podcast.
Yeah, dope, man.
Y'all podcast dope.
But she came up with the idea, but she wanted to do it more YouTube. I said, let's do audio first, and then we could do YouTube. Cause she was like, you know, it's a great idea. You know, we got a great chemistry and stuff like that. And I was like, let's do the podcast. And then my homeboys from FIU and stuff, like, we got Time Short, you know, it's about like esports, you know, because that's something that, you know, we lacking down here in Miami, like, you know.
Yeah, I remember you texted me about that.
Yeah.
Like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, like it's something else to keep, you know, people out of trouble, like just playing Madden. You know, back in the day, you used to play Madden and stuff.
Yeah.
For like whoever win, get like $40, $50.
I had an idea.
Yeah.
About the esports thing. I'm gonna tell you off air though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you off air.
But like the reason why I came up with this podcast, I'm like, I really need my own platform because I don't know if you can tell. Coda Talk, she does most of the talking. I kind of do that on purpose because I want her to get used to, you know, speaking out. You know, and stuff like that, because she want to have her own about like her health, you know, health and wellness, because you know she trying to, you know, be in the health. We both are, but she.
That's dope. Hey, hold on. I don't mean to interrupt, fellas. Take note. Dim your light so that your woman can shine.
Yeah.
Down the road, it'll work out for the both of y'all. It'll make her stronger as an individual, and if she becomes stronger as an individual, y'all will be great together. That's dope.
Yeah,
I like
man.
that.
And a lot of people, like a lot of her friends, like, man, y'all a power couple, man. And I'm like,
for real though.
Like we a power couple, but like we gonna be even more powerful. But the reason why I came up with the platform, I'm like, first, I know so many people, you know, especially being a DJ and stuff like that. I know so many artists. I know so many people from school that's successful. That's growing. Why not use this platform to not only talk about what they doing, but like testimonies. You know, where you came from.
Yeah.
You know, you came from the bottom. You know, give advice to different people. You know, like, cause the generation next to us, I'm not down on them because we was down. These kids are smart. Like, I know these kids, like, they know how to code and everything at like 10 years old. I'm like, we knew of that until we got.
But we didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, like MySpace helped us, you know, kind of get to know. But these kids know how to do it. Like, they master it. I'm like, these kids could be millionaires tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
And like, the generation behind us is gonna be great. I don't want to be that old head, you know, 20, 30 years from now, like, man, whatever, like, you know, like, I want to.
Yeah, let's elevate them, cause like, you know, but you know, God willing, you know, one day I'll be a father. Yeah. And whatever I'm doing, I'm gonna have my child or children involved. You know, not that, you know, not the mindset. A child need to stand in a child's place, or this ain't for kids. Nah, fuck all that. I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna be in these business meetings. They gonna be there. They gonna understand you know, I know certain people ain't gonna understand the Forex talk, but they gonna understand the concept of a bullish market and a bearish market. Mm-hmm. They gonna understand market structure. Mm-hmm. They're gonna understand, you know, okay, stop loss, you know, take profit. They, you know, they gonna understand the mentality of, all right, let's not be greedy, because once you get greedy in Forex, you're gonna start losing your money. Yeah. They gonna understand, okay, I'm saving for this, because we, you know, the generation before us, they love to say save money, yeah. Right? Every time somebody says save money to me, I'm like, I'm saving money for her. Mm-hmm. But if you say, hey, save money, because if you save money, you can take your money and do this, you can flip that, you can end up making this much, you can get a return on your interest if you get this. Okay, you put this money up, right? Put up 1,000. If you continuously make 10% on your 1,000, you know, you can, bomb. At some point, you can go ahead and double that 1,000. You can, whatever. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Give them a reason. Mm-hmm. Give them a reason behind doing whatever we telling them to do. Mm-hmm. That's what they didn't do for us. Yeah. And maybe it goes back to how, you know, certain, you know, and I keep going back to the black community, because obviously, you know, we black. Yeah. But the mentality of the generations before us is bad. Mm-hmm. Like, it's, you know, it's not all bad, but like, some of them don't understand not working a 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. Like, my granddaddy love him to death, but when he give me advice, I don't listen. Mm-hmm. Like, he'll be like, oh, you need to go get a job. Bruh, get a what? I make more money on my phone. Yeah. What am I getting a job for? Mm-hmm. Right? I have one right now, because the you know, with the industry that I'm in right now, which is mental health, I need experience so I can open up my own. Yeah. So, you know, right now I'm dealing with a lot of mentally ill people, and I'm like, since I'm running I'm the one that's running the program. I'm like the father of these grown, you know, mentally unstable men, and it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's it's fulfilling. But, you know, at the time I wasn't working, didn't have a job. I didn't need a damn job. Like, Forex was keeping me afloat. My granddaddy was talking to me, and this is why I really noticed that there was a disconnect between the older generation and us. He's talking to me like, what you doing with your life? I'm like, well, I told him about Forex. He was like, what? He was like, what? All right, forget all that. What about a job? I'm like, what I'm getting a job for? I just made $1,000 last night in 2 hours. Yeah. Why am I thinking about a job? I'm like, at my last job, I didn't make that in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks, yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, I didn't make that in 2 weeks. Why am I worried about the job? I'm like, I got things I'm trying to do. Oh, well, you know, you can get a job and you can retire. Yo, you talking to me about the wrong stuff.
Yeah, I don't really. When it comes, that's another thing. 401k, it's something.
Damn, a 401k.
Yeah, it's not. It's really when they explain to me, because you could probably like explain more about it, elaborate more about it. But like when they explain to me about like all the money that you made, or whatever, and then some of the extra money come in, whatever, blah blah blah. Like it's still it's like. You might as well just invest through the time while you work. If I'm never down like none of her, because my fiance, she's a teacher. She's a teacher, yeah, but I encourage her to like, look, listen. Try to invest while you still in school. Don't just worry about no 401k. Invest in money that she get. Like, for example, she loves Mac. She loves Apple products like we all do. When you become a principal. You know, when you want to invest, you know, because, you know, Apple, they cost a lot of money right now.
Yeah, we know.
If you want to invest in all this stuff that you buy, because I learned that from Warren Buffett, always invest in things that you buy, that you love. Invest in that money, you could probably make like $10,000 within like 5 years. That's money you can touch. Yeah. 401k, you can't. You got to wait till you retire. I'm like, I'm not finna just wait for that. Like, that's nice extra money, but
man, listen, right? I was having this conversation with somebody, and they was like, you know, get a nice job, retire, this and that. You save money and this and that. Everything they were saying was turning me off. I'm like, yo, what I'm getting a 401k for? I could be my own damn 401k. Yeah. I could take my money and go flip my own money and put it into something. Yeah. Okay, let's say I do get a 401k. I put my money into whatever I'm doing. It's not like I'm gonna come back out a millionaire. No. You know what I'm saying? And then live in Miami, like, yo, and speaking from experience, $50,000 is not what people think it is. Like, at all. At all. Man, bro, I was saying how much taxes was, I'm like, yo. Yeah. Like, what? I'm like, this is you know what I'm saying? Like, because, you know, before, like, I was probably making some years ago, like $13,000 a year, 15, whatever, right? Yeah. Then it's like, okay, 30-something thousand a year. Oh shit, 40-something. Oh shit. It's like, damn, it ain't what you think it is, especially if you living in Miami. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. You make $50,000 a year. I don't even think 100,000 ain't even enough for me.
Yeah, no, yeah, especially not living down.
Not at all. Yeah. Right? Not to live your dream life. Yeah. Right? Okay, cool. You make $100,000. Don't give me your dream car. Give me your car that you wouldn't mind driving. That's maybe luxury car.
I always tell people when I blow up, the first car I always wanted was a Camaro. That's what I'm gonna get. Okay. I can probably pay that right off. Like, cause Camaro started off at like the most expensive one is like 50,000. Yeah. So I'm like, my first check could be probably $100,000. I probably spend almost half of that just for that car. Yeah. Instead of spending like a Lambo or something like that. That's something where
down the road
when I become like, you know.
But see, people think, and I've learned this from being around people that make this type of money. And you can't live your dream lifestyle off of $100,000 a year. If you want to be that person that's like, hey, what everybody think Miami is, that's what I want to be. $100,000 ain't gonna cut it for you, right? I don't aspire to make $100,000. My brain is way past that. Yeah, like way past that. If I make $150,000 this year, all right, cool.
That's just another stepping stone.
Yeah, it's like, all right, cool. 150,000. That's what's up. We getting somewhere. We we improving. But I'm not excited about $150,000. You got to train. You got to train your brain. You got to train yourself to be where you want to be before you even get there. Like, I believe in God. Strongly. Yeah. I believe in God. Not just because, I was told to, but there are certain experiences in life I can only attribute to God. Yeah. Right? Everything that I've said I was going to do, and one way or another I'm doing, or there's a path for me to do so. And it's amazing. Like, sometimes I sit back and be like, damn, like I always get little bits and pieces of the lifestyle that I want. And it's coming fast. Like, you gotta, if I get a check for $100,000 right now, I'm not finna act an ass and then go blow it and all this other stuff, right? Because I already expect to make that. Yeah, I'm expecting it. Go back to the expenses.
If I was to make $100,000, right? Just like how you explained with the car that you always wanted, but it's not like a high expense.
Let's start with taxes. Yeah. Right. Let's say 30%. Let's say 30. It's gonna be more. Yeah. But let's say 30%. Yeah. Cool. You got $70,000 that you've made for the year. Woohoo. That's what's up. All right. Cool. Where you want to live? What type of condo you want to stay in a condo? You can get you a little, 1 bedroom, maybe 2 bedroom for $2,000. Yeah. $2,000 if you're trying to stay by some water. and I'm very well versed in the luxury market in Miami, because I've been studying it for years. 2,000. Even if it ain't 2,000, it'll probably be 17 or better. But let's say like for some real nice 2,000, right? All right, cool. $2,000 a month. You spending on that. 2 times 12, 24. Okay, now you down to $40-something thousand. Right? That's what 70,000, 24. What that is? 46.
Yeah.
Right. So, now you on $46,000. $46,000 is what you have left over. All right, cool. You like shopping. You like eating. Let's say that's $1,000 a month. 12,000. That 46 goes to 34,000. All right. we ain't even talk about insurance for the car.
Yeah.
We ain't even talk about the car. we ain't even talk about the car.
Yeah.
We ain't talk about the phone bill. We ain't talk about this bill, that bill.
Yeah.
$100,000 for me. Not speaking for everybody else, but if you expect to live a great lifestyle, if you want to live the above average lifestyle, $100,000 ain't gonna cut it.
No.
I learned that from someone else that I consider a mentor, named June Acosta. Just watching the video that he put up, it's like, damn, $100,000 really ain't shit.
No,
but I have blank checks. A bunch of blank checks on my wall. Some written out for $100,000, some written out for $1 million, some written out for $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $100 million, $200 million, $300 million sitting on my wall. These are my expectations. If somebody give you a blank check right now and say, hey, you can have what you want, if somebody tell me that, I'm not finna be modest. I'm not gonna be modest at all. Listen, this is what I want.
Yeah.
Let me get that. And that's what you want, you deserve it. You just gotta go and get it.
Yeah.
And there's ways to get that.
Yeah, like I remember when I was at Broward College, there was this white dude, forgot his name. We was in the car, we was on the Chipotle. I can't pronounce it. The dude was smoking weed. I never smoked in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was smoking weed and he was just talking to me. And he was just saying, like, dude, like, I see what you trying to do. You know what you need to do? Just write your goals on the paper.
Yes.
Put it somewhere. And cause I put mine in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I put it in the Bible. And the reason why I do it because, like, for one, God, I tell people, like, I don't read the Bible. Like, I read it, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna read a passage and I'm gonna remember it. Like, I'm just gonna read that passage and that's it. That can help me for at least the whole day, whole week, whole year, whatever. But when he told me that, and I wrote all my stuff down, slowly but surely, I'm like, the shit happened. Like, one of the main stuff was like, all right, I want to go to school, get multiple degrees. Did that. I want to move out my mom's house one day. I did that. I got my own apartment, with my fiance. I want to have my first job. Did that. That was like everything, and I still got stuff in there that's unfinished. Like, was one of them gonna be like, I want to be married. Yeah, that's gonna happen this year. One of them. One of my goals said I want to have a family. That could happen between now and next year. Yeah. I mean, technically it's starting now. Like, it's me and her, and then we gonna
already building the foundation. Yeah.
Then of course with the businesses and stuff, that's happening. Like, they slowly growing. Like, with the clothing brand and stuff. So like it's not only about motivating from the outside, but also self-motivating. You have to listen. Self-motivation is the most important thing. Yeah. Like, and people can see it in me when they meet me, when they're around me. Because it be plenty of times where I can walk in the room and
without even saying anything to anyone, somebody, and this happened plenty of times, somebody walk up to me and be like you arrogant, huh? I'll be like, no, I'm not. I'm just, I'm confident in myself.
Yeah.
Like, I believe in myself. I don't need nobody to pat my back. I have 2 hands. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you won't always be able to find a source from the outside because your circumstance will be, most of the time, if you're a dreamer like me, well, I don't even want to say dreamer. If you're a big thinker like me, sometimes you'll sit there and you'll have these vivid images in your mind of the lifestyle that you were expecting to live. Sometimes you'll be sitting in your car. It could be a putt-putt. It can be a Chrysler. It could be whatever it is. But in your brain, you in the motherfucking Rolls Royce. In your brain, you really believe you in that Rolls Royce right then and there. But then you come to realization like, damn, I'm not in it. Sometimes that can make you doubt yourself. It's like, damn, why I'm not there. And material things ain't everything, of course. But sometimes that can motivate you sometimes. It's like, damn, I'm not there. You're gonna have to find it within yourself. Bro, it's been plenty of times I had to find motivation in myself, and if I couldn't, I had to pray and talk to God. Because when I tell you, I was sitting in the house. This was years ago. Sitting in the house. No lights. The water's off. Couldn't do anything. Can't warm up food. Couldn't do any of that. But yet, I was at peace within myself. Because I'm like, man, this is temporary. I'm still that dude. I'm still going to make it. I'm still going to have my beach house. I'm still going to have my house in the hills in L.A. I'm still going to do that. At that point, I had never been to the West Coast. I'm like, I'm still going to do everything that I plan on doing, everything that I want to do. You situations like that, you have to be your own motivator. You can't do anything for any reason outside of yourself. And if you do, it'll probably be your mom or your sisters, but those are the people that you keep in your heart, so that's still within you. My little sister's gonna have a great life, amazing life. They like, that's who I do it for. I do it for them. I do it for the kids I don't even have yet. I don't even expect to have no time soon. Like, bro, I was even talking to my mom today, telling her like, hey, because I want to invest in wine.
That's what I want to get into too. I want to get into winery. I like having them like wine, like the like how they do it out there out in the West, like how
they got the vineyards and all that.
Yeah, Jeff Gordon do cause
the race car driver.
Yeah, like that's another thing. Like when it comes to people, like my favorite people in the world, like whether the athlete, actor, whatever. Like I always see, like I don't know what else they doing. This man have his own like winery. So with wine you mix it's pretty much like you put stuff like the stuff together. You let it sit for like some years. Like years, because they always say the wine that sit for years is the best wine.
Yeah, because see me, I was telling my mom today, I was like, listen, I want to invest in wine and do it for every decade. So I want to have wine that 10 years down the road, it's going to pay you off. 20 years down the road, pay you off. 30, 40 years. I was like, listen, I even want to do it for my grandkids. I don't even have a child.
Yeah,
I'm talking about doing it for my grandkids. Yeah. There's wine that I want to lock in I want to invest in some wine, lock it in the vault for 100 years. I'm not even going to be here, but it's going to be in my well for 100 years. It's going to be the whoever is 100 years from now, they're going to get that. Yeah, they can cash out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but that's my thinking. I'm thinking forever. I'm thinking legacy. I'm thinking, I'm thinking beyond me. Like I'm bigger than. I already feel like I'm bigger than life. Yeah. It's just the world hasn't caught up with me yet. Yeah. And that's it probably sound arrogant, but man, you you gotta, man, fuck, I'm the shit. Fuck all that. Like, you gotta think that about yourself. Ain't nobody else gonna do it for you. Everybody else gonna tear you down.
Mm-hmm. And you know, I always, cause you know, I always been that humble person. You know, like that.
So have I.
You know, like we all humble. But every time I'm like, nigga, like, I can do this. Yeah. It's gonna take time, but you know, like, even like, for example, like with the whole DJing, I was talking to the artist in the last episode. Shout out to the Da Vinci X. That was a great podcast.
That was a dope podcast.
I was telling them, like, you know, the reason why I created the podcast too was that the artists that I really want to work with, you know, not because I'm hating or whatever or I'm mad, but I understand they busy and they have time. But I'm like, I want them to gravitate to me like, damn, this man got his own platform. Yeah. So I can have him on the show. I'm like, man, hey, listen, I've been trying to work with you for some years. You know, I've had you on the podcast, you know, have a great genuine conversation. But afterwards, let's do something. You know, every person, you know, like from Cam,
shout out to Killer.
You know, with the whole oats, like I was telling them, like, you know, I want to with my clothing brand.
That's so dope. Over $1 trillion.
Yeah, man. They doing a lot of big things. Like, I was telling them, like, I want to, you know, one day do like a what they call it? Damn, what's the word? Not work together. Work together. But what's the word?
Like collaborate.
Collaborate. You know, like, 'cause you see a lot of these bigger clothing brands and stuff that collaborate, like Fubu's collaborating with Puma. So it's just like, we could do that, 'cause he's doing it right now with this. I think they over in Japan or China. I don't want to mistake it, but they call it, I think, Pixel or whatever. But like their collection is dope. So I'm like, I want me and you to work together one day. Yeah. And it's a lot, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's worth it. Yeah. And then like it's you know what I'm saying, it's things we love. It's passion driven, so it don't feel like work. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it do not feel like work. Yeah. Like, man, bruh. Listen. I got so much going on in my mind right now. It's crazy. Because everybody won't understand. Like, I always tell people, you know, all dreamers have a plight. And people won't understand your plight. Not everyone don't have the capacity to you know, grasp your dreams. This is why people don't really hear from me at all. People don't hear from me. I mean, of course, you know, Marvin, it's my big brother. Yeah. Glenn, that's my big brother. DJ hear from me from time to time. That's my big brother. Like, of course, they hear from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm loyal to. Yeah. But they understand my thinking. The stuff I'm saying now, I've been saying since high school. Yeah. You can ask plenty of people in high school anything about me, they probably don't know, because it's like, oh shit, he ain't really talk much. I just didn't talk to everybody else. Yeah, you had to like me. I had to let the people, you know. Shout out to the Bria. That's another person that's like, shout out to Mama Bria. She doing a lot. Do your thing, girl. I gotta have you on the next show or something, because she, even with her, she doing a lot. Like, but continue with saying, because I get what you mean. Like, you being selective to, like, you know, certain people. Yeah, but you have to. Yeah. Right? Like, you know, you have to. Like, if I, you know, years ago, if I was to tell, you know, family members that aren't well versed in my way of thinking, if I was to let them know, hey, listen, I plan on traveling like this, and like that, that'd be like, all right, get out my face. Yeah. But now, every time a family member call me, hey, you in town? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you even you, like, you called, you was like, hey, bro, you in town? I'm like, damn. Yeah, man, because like we you know, we don't talk as much, but we keep up. Like, I keep up with everybody, and it's not that I don't want to, it's just that because I'm just on this
Like we both everybody on this grind.
On your grind, man.
We just trying to just like. I just see myself like when I make it, we all make it, and we just somewhere,
definitely.
With our families, just traveling everywhere, like.
Even
like,
people that's not family, know what I mean. I plan on working with like I've always, I've always said that whenever I make it, whenever I become successful, like you one person I always keep in mind. I'm like shit. I'm gonna make sure Johnny always know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's going on? Cause one day I'm like, hey, listen, I got this on the table, bro. Come hop on.
Yeah.
Theory. When I make it, if one person deserves to be successful, it's him.
Yeah.
That man got to drive like none other.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. Like, and I don't even feel like I'm at his level. I feel like I'm almost there. Where it's like I'm almost to the point where I'm obsessed with becoming who I expect to be. Theory's like, yo, nigga, I'm getting it. Like I'm gone. Like hey, I'll holler at y'all boys. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get it. He got that. It's like he got that hunger.
Yeah.
Mondo, his mind is like
Mondo's in design, right?
Yeah. Mondo, shit. When I saw him like I was at DJ House. I seen him like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So that's one person I've always said I'm gonna make sure because creativity is a big thing for me. Whenever I go through a creative process with something. I got him in mind for something. Mike Clayton. Got him in mind for something also. Like, certain people have
Michael Clayton.
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of people don't know. Me and him knew each other since like 4th grade. So like, Michael was like, I knew he was gonna be like that person that's gonna be like very creative. Like, he was always like. He was like very intellectual. Like he's very like I'm like, bro, like, cause his dad was a pro. He was in the pro and stuff. Yeah. Like
legend.
You don't always have to be like that. Like you always gonna have that kid. Like I told, like me and my fiance, we talk about all the time when we have kids. It's gonna be that one kid that may go to school. It's like, Dad, listen, I don't want to work. Like you and Mom did, like
I don't want to do what you.
Like, I wanna be like in the arts or something. I want to be an investor. I want to create something. I'm like, listen,
how do you own path? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Because with me, I know one day I'm gonna. Not one day. I'm already on the path, but I'm gonna do some great things in life. Like, I'm gonna do some legendary things. Like I'm gonna be an icon to somebody somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be some big ass shoes to fill for my children. Yeah. Some big ass shoes, like I'm gonna just go ahead and say it.
Hold on, continue talking. Let me get the
like I for my dreams, I expect to have my own TV network.
Hey.
And this is something that's been on my mind. Like, bro, I have a book that I used to write every day in high school, and that's in that book. Now I have a path that I know I'm going to take in order to get there.
What made you? What inspired you to have your own network? Cause that was something like. Don't get me wrong, like I want to do everything, but that's something like I was even like, you know what? That's something I may do one day if I have to help. Like, cause like right now I'm working with someone who. I don't want to put it out there, but she have a great plan, like, and it's the plan that she want, as far as like, television. I know it's gonna blow up, you know what I'm saying, but that's another industry that's like, cause I also focus on sports and music and video games and like technology, like entertainment, like with movies and television, that's like a whole nother industry.
It is.
So what motivated you to have your own network? Because it can happen, bro.
Because
it's gonna happen.
Before football, there was writing and acting, which a lot of people don't know that about me. I was being paid to act in high school. while we was in high school. Like, stage plays. I used to be in stage plays. And, you know, I'll leave school and, you know, I'll go to my go to the practice. Most of the time it was on the weekends, but I go, you know, we'll go do our rehearsals, and then, you know, we'll, you know, go on tour around Miami or, you know, around certain parts of Florida, and, you know, just go on tour. But prior to that, I used to go to the Northwest Boys and Girls Club. For summer program. And in the summer camp, like at the end of every single year, we had a show. At the end of every single year, and I always ended up being the lead person. Like I always ended up being the lead person. Like you know, one year it was everybody had to do like Motown, a Motown performance. Back then I had an afro. So they had somebody, you know, I was playing basketball, and, you know, they was putting together the show, and they had somebody, they was doing the Temptations, and I think just about all of us done seen the Temptations movie. Temptations is actually my favorite singing group ever. I know every song from beginning to end.
That was one of them movies that we used to always watch, like traveling, you know, like the churches, like we'll, you know, like go to like different places like every summer. So that would be like one of the movies. It was either that.
Every time I come on VH1, tuned in. But like, you know, I love the Temptations. I love David Ruffin. They had this dude. Performing, and he was doing David Ruffin part. Ain't Too Proud to Beg. I was like, nah, he ain't doing that right. Get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? I just got to talk like I was from New York. Hey, son, yo, hey, nah, yo, B, his raps. Like it was bad. So I'm like, listen, let me do it. So, you know, I perform as David Ruffin. I'm spinning. I'm all on my knees. Ain't too proud to beg. I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going all out. And it was dope. Then, you know, when it came for the show, you know, it's like me and all the dudes that was in the group with me. We all in sync. Like, it's perfect. The show going perfect. Nigga, I got grown women in the, you know what I'm saying, up in the crowd, throwing roses and stuff. They couldn't throw draws because there was a whole bunch of kids there. But they throwing roses and they screaming and this and that. I'm like, oh, this is dope. Like, but it was a different type of release for me. You know what I'm saying? And I fell in love with acting. Like, I fell in love with acting. I've been a writer my whole life. I've always been a writer. Shit, my mom a writer. She just wrote a book called Power Mom. The book is called Power Mom.
It's out right now?
Yeah, it's out right now. My mom's name is Katrina Hudson. She co-wrote it with a lady named Sherry Walton.
Man, shout out to your mama, man. I remember like she one of the nicest like moms. Like I remember at Pace, like she was just like nice, bro. Like,
yeah, my mom is very.
It's called what? Power Moms.
Power Moms. Yeah, she you know, so she, you know, she something that she's talked to me about for years, and she you know, finally got into it.
Where you could find the book at?
Oh Lord, she got her own little link. I'm gonna have to. Shit, go to my Facebook. I reposted it on my Facebook, which I think she got her own little personal link, as opposed to using like a entity.
Okay.
To, you know, put the book out, but
I see it right here.
Yeah, that's her right there.
Man, that's your twin, dog.
Everybody say that.
Your twin, dog.
Yeah, that's my baby. Love
Power Moms. Yeah, go to powermomsbook.com and get you a copy. Yeah, man.
Yeah, so, you know, my mom, she just wrote a book. So, you know, the writing has always been there. Like, it's always been in me. Like, you know, writing. And, you know, also music. I used to write music. Well,
you know,
we used to.
Yeah, man.
I remember we did the cipher. But, you know, like music is in me also. Like, my whole family has done music. My mom was supposed to get signed as a singer years ago, but she ain't want to sign to Uncle Luke. So
Why she didn't want to sign Uncle Luke?
I don't know.
Was it because of
I ain't asked. I don't know. I was like
Luke Records.
Yeah. So she ain't wanna do that. My uncle is a well known DJ. Mm-hmm. The older generation know him. He go by Benji the Mad Bummer.
Yeah.
So he used to be on Hot 105 and things of that nature. My grandmother on my dad's side, my grandmother and my grandfather, they were both singers. Mm-hmm. I have cousins that play instruments, that taught themselves how to play instruments. Yeah. My cousin that Lil Ben, he went by Benzo. Mm-hmm. He used to do karaoke night. He used to run a karaoke night at Cafe Iguanas. Yeah. When he was alive. Yeah. I think on Wednesdays. So, my family always been creative. A lot of singers. Definitely has some writers.
That's like my family. Like my family. Like my uncle, Casey and Sunshine Band. He passed away a long time ago. His name was Robert Johnson. They had like a special on TV1. Mm. My mom was telling me like, and then I have an uncle, Cecil Johnson. He used to play for Tampa Bay Buccaneers back then.
Oh yeah, I heard of him.
So, to get back to what we were talking about earlier, my family, the Mario, my nephew.
Yeah. Shout out to Mario, proud of you, boy.
That boy 21 think he really out here, man. But I'm proud of him though. But
love the Mario.
I always tell him like, cause we had my great grandparents used to own the whole 7th Ave. Like my granddad would talk about it all the time. And I was telling him like, at one point our family had a lot of money. Like they was millionaires too. They my mom was just to tell me like, she used to see like Ric Flair and Anita Baker and all them all the time and stuff like that. They should come by the house. Man.
Anita Baker.
So I'm like,
beautiful voice.
Yeah, man. I like that's another motivation. Like I'm like, our family was there. Stuff happens. Shit hit the fan or whatever. But I'm like, once we get that to that point, we gotta keep it there. We gotta grow for the future.
Listen. Once you get to that point, keep going. Mm-hmm. And it's for anybody that's listening. Any obstacles, any doors, anything that's in your way, kick it down, jump over it, get around it, dig through it, whatever it is. Get through it. Kick the door open. Once it's open, you stay there. Mm-hmm. You bring everybody else in with you. Mm-hmm. Don't get successful and then isolate yourself. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. One of the
fiance.
How you doing?
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
One of the 48 Laws of Power says...
I want to read that book.
That's one of the books that...
I heard it's a good book.
Yes. Yeah. That's one of the books. That's one of the books that helped shape me to the person I am today. Mm-hmm. This is why people don't hear from me often. But it says that never isolate yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Mm-hmm. And I think that was something that I was weak at. Because I used to always isolate myself. Do not isolate yourself from everyone else once you do become successful. Because you need someone, you need people that's going to keep your mind on the real purpose of you being what you want to become. Mm-hmm. You need to you need people that's going to keep you on track. Like everybody thinks Jay-Z is just so isolated from the world. But you got Tata, you got Pekkas, you got Emery, you got Biggs there. Like
all them boys you grew up with.
Yeah. And, me and my crew, we move like Rockefeller. You don't hear nothing about me. You don't hear anything about Glenn. You don't hear anything about Marvin. Mm-hmm. Glenn is
Glenn doing a lot.
Bruh, Glenn is the one that keeps, keep me in contact with everybody else. Yeah. While I'm out of town or while I'm doing this and that and whatever. He's like, hey, yo, I spoke to such and such. They said, what's up? Should I give him your number? Mm-hmm. If you ask Glenn for my number, he ain't gonna give it to you. None of them. Like they not gonna give you my number. They gonna call me like, hey, listen, such and such won't. All right, cool. Let me Let me holler at them. But like we tight knit. Like isolation is where I was weak at. That's where my boys strong at. So they always keep me in the loop of everything that's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Marvin and Glenn keep my head on straight. Like, if I'm tripping, they be like, yo, nigga, you need to tighten up. Yeah. Like, fuck you got going on. Get your mind right. But we need that. Everybody needs that. Don't get successful and isolate yourself. Do not. I know someone that did it, and it was bad for them. Like, it was bad for them. Like, it was bad. Like, he's doing terrible. He's doing terrible.
Yeah, man. So with the whole the channel, like your own network.
Yeah.
Like, you working on that like right now?
Yeah, working on working on the concepts and working on the ideas and I'm writing. I'm also writing a lot of scripts right now. I'm definitely writing a lot of scripts because I'm at the end of the day, I'm a creative. I'm still a creative, although I'm doing a lot of business. I'm still incorporating creativeness into my business. So, like, I want to do the TV network, but I want to be able to pen a lot of projects that I have in my brain that I want to get out. I still want to see a lot of young writers, a lot of young people come and write and get their ideas out. I am working on that right now. It's not in the immediate future. That's something that 10, 15 years down the road, which I know for a fact I'm going to be there before 10 years. But down the road, I'm gonna that's what's gonna be popping. That's what's gonna probably my sole focus probably is going to be most likely be there with the network. So I ain't working on it now, even though that's something that is I have down towards the bottom of the list.
So like you see Diddy with Revolt TV, then you see Oprah with OWN, and like especially with like OWN, because OWN have a lot of shows on the a lot of people watch. What how will your network what lane would it be? Like, would it be like a Vice line, like with all the documentaries? Would it be like an OWN with all of these shows and stuff that's in house? Would it be like a Revolt TV where you have some original shows, but you pick up some shows like he got a couple podcasts and stuff that's that's showing like visually on the channel. Like what's your goal? Like what's one of the what I'm trying to say? What category? Like pretty much.
I don't think we're going to have I don't think the category exists at the moment. There's going to be it's going to be a lot of shows like like great TV shows, sitcom, like what has happened to the black sitcom? Exactly. Like where
it's slowly coming back little by little, but I think this generation is really reality TV is really kind of messed up. The concept.
Yeah, I would say that.
Not all of them, because T.I. reality TV show, I love it. Like, it's family based. It's like it's teaching you and showing you like the family like day to day. Like, I like stuff like that.
But see, and that's why I'm glad you said that. Yeah. But T.I. has the leverage to make the type of show that he wants for his show to go the way that he wants it to. Whereas in Love and Hip Hop, there are certain people that don't have control over what they getting paid, don't have control over what type of content is going to go out. So they have to do these extra things just to be noticed and stay on the show. Whereas with my platform, be creative. What's your idea? What type of show you want to make? This is what you want to do? All right, cool. Go ahead. I'm green lighting it. Go ahead and do your thing. Go ahead. Let's put it out there. Let's go ahead and put out your pilot. Let's see. Let's see how this is going to work. But see, I'm still in between. If I'm still trying to figure out where that platform is going to be, because I'm not sure if everyone has noticed, I'm not sure if people are paying attention.
Mm-hmm.
I'm quite sure this is going to be although it's very simple information, it's information that people should really take heed to.
Mm-hmm.
TV is not what it used to be.
No.
Not in terms of the shows. I'm talking about the numbers.
The numbers, yeah.
YouTube is the new TV.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I watched TV. Honestly, I can't tell you the last time I watched TV.
I think not only is just YouTube, but also like you have streaming. Like
Yes.
I download Showtime app. I can watch my shows anytime. I download HBO. I download ESPN. I'm on the go, and then I be so used to being on the go. Even when I come home, only time I watch TV it was like sports or it was like a movie. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even watch that anymore. I'm so serious. I don't even watch that anymore. Every time turn football on, somebody get hit. Brr, flag gonna play. Come on, I don't want to see all that, man.
Yeah.
Let's go. Keep it moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like I started watching basketball because I used to work for the Heat.
Yeah.
I hated that job.
What did you work? Like, what was your
Man, I was working in operations. Like we used to change during game time or whatever.
Yeah.
We made sure everything went smoothly for the game.
Mm-hmm.
If it was a show coming, matter of fact, let me tell you how crazy it'll get. It was times I don't work 17-hour shifts. Right, we'll prepare for Disney on Ice.
Mm-hmm.
During Disney on Ice would probably be like two weeks from that day that we setting the ice down, right? But we have a basketball game in 2 days, so we got to put the ice has to go down. Boom, we got the ice down. Now we got to put little boards on top of the ice so that we can put the chairs in the court on top of that. It'll be plenty of times y'all be watching basketball games.
Yeah.
If Disney on Ice is anywhere near that game, there's ice under the court. There's ice under the court. Right after the game, there'll probably be a concert the very next day after. As soon as the game done, we got to change everything from game mode to show mode. Pick the court up, pick up the chairs, all the bleachers and everything, move back. We got to take some of them out.
Yeah.
That's what it was. But, it wasn't more so the job itself because I met, I was able to meet a lot of great people. I met Kendrick. Wayne is my favorite. Like, people can say what they want to say about him now.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Anyway, I ain't even gonna go there.
We gonna talk about that in a few as we about to close the podcast in about 10 minutes. But what you were saying, because this is interesting. Like,
yeah. So met Kendrick, met Wayne, Birdman, Drake, all these different people. You got Pharrell is Pharrell got to be the coolest person ever. Like Pharrell and Kendrick, two coolest people ever. Like Pharrell is like had no ego, no like nothing. Very humble. Shoot, LeBron too. LeBron, and Pat Riley, and Coach Spoelstra, like they very, very respectful people. Eric Spoelstra will see you and he'll get your attention and speak to you before you speak to him.
Yeah, I took a PR class when I was at St. Thomas when I was getting my first master's. And one of the things we had to do was we had to, act like we was public relations. So we went, into the, where they had the media. The man's like my height, about 6'1", 6'2".
Yeah.
But cool, like,
very
said,
cool.
was up to everybody. And then, like, we went up to the press box, like, way up on the top. That was a great experience, but, like, I know, like...
Well, I know that arena. I know that arena like the back of my hand, boy.
I know it's a ground, like, even people that's working at, like, Hard Rock and the BB&T Center and all that, like, they said, like, working in operations, like, it's a ground. Like, you got to be on top.
Nah, you really do. Sometimes you be real pressed for time. Like, it's... Like, I think Miley Cyrus, I remember Miley Cyrus' concert was coming. She said we was the only arena that finished in time for them to do what they needed to do. And we probably finished like 10 minutes before the deadline.
Yeah.
Like, it gets that crazy.
Yeah. So, to get back on Wayne, because I like to ask people.
Weezy F, baby.
Because, you know, when we was in high school, it was like, I remember I used to get paid $5 just to let
make
people,
CDs.
Yeah, make CDs. You know, me and Marvin, like, with the iPods and stuff like that. Like, me and Marvin, it was crazy because me and Marvin, we'll compete. He'll be like, you don't got that. I like, bro, I got that. You're like, look. You're like, oh, you got that, huh? But I bet you don't got this. Like, you know, even with, you know, music, you know, I think streaming kind of, I know it took that away.
It did. Because
it's like, you know,
bro,
we had LimeWire, you had Frostwire, you had all this stuff, you had Dat Pip, you had all these other, like, platforms.
And it took the hustle away from the CD man.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I'm dead ass paying $30 a month for Tidal, bro.
You use Tidal?
I used to hi-fi, like the high quality.
Yeah.
But I love music.
Yeah. So what's because I got Apple Music, but I know Tidal. I know Nipsey Hussle said something about as an artist you should use Tidal.
Oh yeah.
Because you get more of the residuals, you get more revenue.
Son, I screenshotted that.
Mm-hmm.
I screenshotted that, bro. Cause I'm like, yo, like this is what.
Cause I actually have a project on Tidal. Matter of fact, yeah, just put search up DJ Anonymous. Yeah,
Nipsey said, if you're an artist, it's best to go to Tidal. You get 12,500 for every 1 million streams.
Yeah.
Everybody else ain't doing that. But I'm pro artist.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But top 5 rappers of all time. I like to ask people.
Man, why you asking me that? All right, I have a top 5 favorite, and then I have a top 5 that I believe are the best lyricists. Mm-hmm. Like I differentiate. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna start with who I believe are the top 5 lyricists of all time. Number 1 is Jay-Z.
Okay.
I have to.
Why?
Come on, like,
I ain't going against that because he ain't no top 5. So.
Like now you have no choice. Like this man been out since the '80s. He's still doing it. Like he's extended the shelf life for rappers.
Yeah.
Reasonable Doubt is a classic.
Yeah.
The Blueprint is my for me it's a personal classic. Mm-hmm. But that's what I grew up on. It's a personal classic.
That's like all like you like.
Right, like that like for the older people, for the old heads out of New York, what Reasonable Doubt is for them, that's what Blueprint is for us. Yeah. Well, when it comes to Jay-Z's music,
mine's personally was the Black Album. The Black Album to me was like from track 1 to the last track, it was kind of like Kanye with Graduation. That was like my personal, classic album from him and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you why it's Blueprint for me. Mm-hmm. Never changed. Mm-hmm. That song resonates with me heavily. Mm-hmm. That was my dad, out hustling, same clothes for days. Mm-hmm. Like this dude, like he'll really be out hustling, had the same clothes on, but he might leave the house with no money, come back with money. He was out doing this thing. Renegade with him and Eminem. Yeah. Shit, like it's like damn, my old boy was a renegade. Mm-hmm. Shit, I was a renegade. Like I was an angry kid. Mm-hmm. I used to love that song. Like I still love it. Yeah, love that song. You know what I'm saying? Like Takeover is dope. Like
that whole Jay-Z Nas like beef was like one of the greatest like beefs in like hip hop history.
Once upon a time, I said that Nas won that, but I can't say that.
I said Nas won it too, but when I look back at it, I think it was more a draw. Like they,
I can't say that, bro.
You think Jay-Z won that?
If a dude come up to me and be like, he clowning me, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, all right, cool. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, you think I got a big head. All right, cool. you know, oh, your face funny, whatever, right? All right, brother, that's what's up. But me and you both know that somebody had something going on with your lady. Me and you both know this and that, and I'm spitting facts. Jay-Z was spitting facts on that track. Like, with Nas, it's like, damn, Nas came out with that heat. But when you listen to it, for one, it's like, okay, bomb, he clowning them. He, you know, oh, you look like a camel, this and that, But Jay-Z spitting facts. Hey, little soldiers, you ain't ready for war. ROC too strong for y'all. Rockefeller was that label at that point in time. Everything that dude was saying, you can. There's receipts attached to what he's talking about.
I would say Rockefeller was one of the best labels, or probably the best label of all time. Like all that talent that was under the. You had Dipset, you had Benny Siegel, you had Memphis Blink, you had the Young Guns, you had Kanye.
Yo, in terms of rap, because if you ask me all the time, I'm gonna say Motown. But in terms of rap, how can you not say Rockefeller wasn't the best? To this day, Rockefeller has arguably the biggest artists on their label, Kanye and Rihanna. I would love to say Cash Money. I can't do it.
No, Cash Money for Cash Money for, because you know us being from the South, you know. That was like a big thing, you know, for everybody, especially for people up there in New Orleans. But then you got also, like, I tell people too, like, you can't. Master P was really, to me, I always say Master P was that first one with No Limit. But think about the artists that was in there. Mystical alone was like, you know, and Master P was like, he was like, him and Dre, like, I can't really say Dre yet, but because around that time Dre was signed under, he had Death Row, but that was Suge's Knight, you know, later. I could say later on, Dr. Dre, you know, slowly but surely, you know, with Aftermath, with Eminem and all that stuff, like that became big, but like Master P with No Limit, like to me that was like, you know, the first one. Like even though Luke had his record label, but Master P record label, like you had a couple artists that was like, damn, like
dog, they was dropping every single week. And everybody was going platinum. Everybody.
And then with Rockefeller was the fact that they were so big. Rockefeller was like, listen, you could do underground, you could do commercial, you could. What's his name? Dame Dash is a genius. Like, he's
still
a marketing,
to this day.
To this day, he's a marketing genius. Like, it was him hustling, you know, doing word of mouth. Like, he's one of the people that I look up to. You know, like I want to be like, you know, I want to follow his blueprint. Cause like his marketing skills was just phenomenal. Like, and finding out like why him and Jay-Z broke up, cause Dame Dash wanted to be the next Walt Disney. He wanted to be that next person. Jay-Z was smart. Cause you gotta realize too, Jay-Z, what, like, even with Jay-Z's side, I couldn't be mad at him. Like, I'll get a sponsorship deal with, you know, Reebok or whatever, such and such for like $100 million. But like we said earlier, you could flip that and look at him now. Like, he got Rock Nation, he got everything. Like, he's coming up.
See, Dame Dash whole thing was he wanted to own every single thing, and he wanted just them to do it on their own. Whereas Jay-Z was like, "Yo, I'm trying to leverage these big wigs and take their money." Like, neither one of them wrong, but I think in that aspect, my thinking has always been toward Dame Dash's thinking, but prior. But now I think my thinking is more so Jay-Z, where I don't mind leveraging another company to make, you know, whatever I'm going to make. Like, cause you can have your own business and you can be the only one running that business. Better yet, read for everybody out there, read Kiyosaki. Right. Oh my goodness, Rich Dad Poor Dad. How my mom would blame. Read Rich Dad Poor Dad. It lets you know, like, okay, you have a left side, you have a right side. You have the person at work, and you have the you have the small business owner. Then you have the investor, and damn, I forgot the other one. But Dame Dash seemed like he was more so, hey, I'm the business owner. But Jay-Z was like, I'm the investor.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm the investor. I'm gonna put my money up and I'm gonna make a great return off of it. I'm gonna go to damn, I forgot that company, that Live Nation. I'm gonna go to Live Nation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get $100 million. All right, cool. My deal done. I'm not doing anything for less than $250. What y'all gonna do? Whereas if he would have did his own thing, he might not have gotten that. I mean, yeah, it's Jay-Z, but still, he might not, that type of leverage with such a huge corporation. Like, I like that better.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's you always gonna have money coming in, but two, you can still be your own boss.
And then you ain't gotta stretch yourself out. People, work smart. Work smart.
Not hard. Smart.
Don't work hard. Work smart. We we grow up with parents that's have had jobs their whole life and things of that nature. And they like to instill in us to work hard. I mean, it's a great thing to work hard, but working smart is the smart thing to do.
Yeah, like my mom always say, like, know your worth. Like, you always got to know your worth, because you're going to work for people, but you have to, like for me, whenever a new opportunity come, I'm like, all right, I may be working for this person or with this person, but I see the longevity. Like, a lot of people, like with Dame Dash's vision, I understood where he was coming from. But come on, at the same time, like, look at Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs had Apple, but he also had Pixar. And he had a deal with Walt Disney, made him more money. And then look what Disney had with Pixar, with all the movies they coming out with. And then look at Apple. Like, Apple, remember when we was like in elementary school and middle school, I'm like, what the fuck is that? What's that big ass?
The Mac computer, big ass.
Like, what was that? But
the little colorful computers.
But now it's like, we got the phone, we got the MacBooks and everything, and it's still growing,
If Dame Dash was coming up in this era, he would have been perfect for it.
Yeah.
Because attention has become the new currency. Attention is the new currency. You get attention, you can make money. Can't really do it like that back in the day.
No, because I feel like that's with like social media. We had internet, but
social media is Pandora's box.
Yeah.
Right? Every time you have something, whether good or bad, you're going to have the equal opposite energy. Everybody love to say, "Oh, social media is the devil," and da-da-da-da-da. But there's a lot of people that has become millionaires off social media.
Yeah.
Like, there's YouTubers that are like 19, 18 years old. There's a little girl, she's not even in middle school. Her parents got a house off of her YouTube channel. Yeah. Like, if people just use these things for the betterment of themselves or whatever, like, what, they'll be good. Yeah. Like, use social media. Yeah. For most people out there, social media is the only thing they have to their name. Right? Yeah. No bank account, no nothing, and have the most opinions in the world. Yeah. But sometimes those opinions can get you paid. But people gonna throw them out for free.
All right. So who's number two now?
Number 2 lyricist of all time in my book. Yeah, cause I have a number 1, which is Jay-Z, and then like after that it's just we just filling in, right? So I have to throw I have to put Ice Cube in the mix.
Okay.
I have to put Cube in there.
And why is that? Like I tell people, because we discussed it too, he has one of the best diss tracks, No Vaseline.
Goddamn, about time y'all set it up.
I felt like that was kind of underrated. You know, a lot of people didn't put that much light on it, but No
It's
Vaseline.
hella underrated. Like, I still don't understand why they didn't really emphasize that in the movie.
Yeah, in the movie, yeah.
Like, why? Come on, y'all should have emphasized that in the movie.
Yeah.
They didn't even talk about Dr. Dre and Eazy-E beef in the movie, but
Let
me stay on top.
A lot of people didn't even know that. A lot of people didn't even know that Dre beef with Luke back in the day.
Oh yeah.
You know, there was at one point that Dre and Snoop couldn't even come down.
They couldn't even come down here.
Yeah.
Dade County, baby. Pardon my ignorance. I need to do it sometime.
Yeah.
But
you still from Miami, man.
of course, still going. You know. But oh man. I don't know why we keep on. I feel like we keep disrespecting Jadakiss.
Jadakiss, no, I never.
The South disrespects Jadakiss.
No, it's not the South. It's just
no, because the North respects. Whenever you speak of, hi everyone, it's Derry. And whenever the North, especially like New York, speaks of rap, there Jadakiss is always in the mix. It's always like Jay-Z, Biggie. Yeah. You might hear Tupac, and you hear Jadakiss.
They got a real strong bias. Like, they have a real strong bias.
But I was just talking about it in in the last podcast.
Oh, you from New York?
Yeah.
Oh man.
In the last podcast, I was even saying like Fabulous to me is still underrated. And that's one of the dudes I grew up like listening to, like that's from up there. Like
I've never been big on Fab. Like, as of recent years,
but Fab grew, like I understood that because Fabulous was one of them artists that grew, you know, through time and stuff. And
they did it backwards. I think what we respect of him now is what like he's doing now. But when he came out, he was doing the whole pop. Like, he fit into what you thought hip hop was. He was fitting into like everything. And now he's being more like, not to like overuse the word woke, than what we are getting now. I just feel like maybe it's just me, but I always felt like rappers who are actually have substance in their lyrics and have substance in what they're saying are more downplayed now. Like, if Cube were to come out now, like, that was surprising to me because I haven't heard anyone say like their top 5. Cube is in my top 10, but he's not in my top 5. And like, that was interesting to hear you say Cube is one of your top 5. I feel like when we think of our top 5s, maybe it's a generational thing, maybe it's a maybe it's just a regional thing, but I feel like when we talk about our top 5, when we talk about like rappers that we grew up listening to, I don't think that they would have the same impact that they had now. They had in the past. I don't think they would have that same impact now.
True.
That's just how I
mean, I think Tupac would, to be honest.
But I feel like he would have that, like Kendrick vibe. You would like, you have Kendrick, you have J. Cole, you have Big Crit, you have all of these like quote unquote woke rappers who don't get the publicity. They get it, but they're not.
Yeah, but thing about Tupac is he was both.
Yeah.
Like, that was the most ratchet, smart MF we ever seen. When he first
came out, he was just like a regular, like,
Bro, he came out with "Do Me Baby," do the Humpty Dump,
like
like he came out with them,
and keep your head
then
up, like he just
came out with. Then you go from that group to "Keep Your Head Up," "Dear Mama," and everything else that Brenda's got a baby like.
But then you see that versatility in like in the rap that we listened to growing up. Because even like Cube came out with the NWA, and then he came out with it by himself, No Vaseline, and he did No Vaseline. He did Friday. He did all of these great songs, but he had that versatility. I don't feel like in rap nowadays you have that much versatility.
I mean, we do. I don't think people respect it as they should.
That's where it is.
Like let's be honest, the biggest artist we have is Drake.
Yeah, he's very...
Whether people like him or not,
he's
Drake is the biggest artist we have.
He's very versatile.
No one makes better music than Drake. And there's something to be said about the lyrics. People can say all they want to, oh, he had this man write for him. If we listen to those songs, those were like, songs you can listen to in a club and this and that. But that man didn't write Diplomatic Immunity. That man didn't write The Fear, Fear, The Calm. That man didn't write 6 a.m. to 5 a.m. in Toronto, 6 p.m. in that. Like, come on.
Because in my last podcast, the artists I was interviewing, they had Drake in their top 5, and I said I don't think Drake was
lyricist.
Lyricist?
No. I'm saying like I don't think.
But I think he's not a lyricist because he chooses not to be.
Yeah. I don't think he used ghostwriters. That's what I'm saying. Like all right, for example, like I put this. I put Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg, like Jay-Z helped them. Q helped them back in the day.
I think Snoop might be in my top 6 favorite.
Yeah, but Snoop Dogg is like one of them artists that's like I see him as like this nigga's a god. This nigga do everything. Like he's like versatile. Like he's commercial. Like everyone talk about Jay-Z and everyone talk about like all these artists that's coming up. Who's more mogul?
Mogul?
Like who? Like you go to India. Who will people know more?
Snoop.
Snoop. They'll look at Snoop like I know Snoop. Like Snoop. He's
the big universal star. But Drake is all of that in one today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They in their own category.
Drake is like a new Snoop.
But bigger.
Yeah.
Like if you want to, let's exclude Jay-Z. And let's exclude the Mount Rushmore of rap, right? Let's say we started rap today and it is what it is right now. We can say that what people saying Jay-Z is, people say that Drake is right now. Not with the lyrics and all that, but to music. To music.
Yeah.
Not lyrics, but like just to music. People, let's keep everything in context. I'm not saying that Drake is Jay-Z. Listen. Because people be like, how can you put... But this man is known globally. He has some of the best songs, rap and other.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like, come on. Like, we can't... We hate on greatness when it's in front of us and appreciate it when it's gone.
I think I agree and I disagree with you. I feel like we do hate greatness when it's in our face. But then there's like that counter opposite where I feel like people hype it up too much and they give it too much credit where it's like, he's good, but you ain't gotta say all that.
But that's how you know someone is great.
Wait, that's what I say about Cardi B. Y'all.
And I never disagree with you. I think you're right.
Because like my thing is, I've grown to love her musically but I don't want to get to a point.
I love her. I love the personality.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't want to get to a point where people overhyping her too much. With other people trying to fuck her. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't believe that's gonna happen anyway. Because you could see, you could Drake and her is two different people. Like you could find reasons to hate on Drake. Like it's certain stuff that this nigga, I didn't even realize until I was in late college. I'm like, this man been singing about strippers. He's been singing about strippers think about it, like Houston, Atlanta, Vegas.
Yeah.
He was
college strip clubs.
Yeah.
But his name was just even that. It was like majority of his songs. He was.
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny though? A lot of people, and this is people's reason for hating Drake. Well, dudes. When I hear dudes talk, right? So I don't like to talk music with a lot of people. But Drake always singing. I don't want to hear that. What this man is singing about is way more relatable to you than what Rick Ross and Jeezy is talking about. You've never served a brick in your life, but you fell in love with this girl. She broke your heart, and you probably not broke hers. You can relate to Drake way more than you can relate to them.
I don't look at Drake as a rapper. I look at him as an artist, the pop artist.
Yeah, I love him as an artist. What's that song?
Because of that reason, I feel like he's more known. He has great rap songs, but he's more known, especially to like, because I'm as a female, he's more known to the female community as that, like the poetic Drake who's singing about his feelings.
That is so genius.
And it's like, and you're right. That is so extremely smart.
Yeah, because what we learned, you know, in the music industry is the women. Like
what it is. See, most artists worry about the art. They join the music business forgetting that there's a business.
Yeah.
Drake understand that there's a music business. I think if he was still an underground rapper, we'd have nothing but bars.
Yeah.
Me personally. Because that's what we were hearing before he became that person. He'll even have times where he'll put out songs and it's like, hey, okay, yeah, y'all saying this, all right, here you go, y'all niggas better not ever forget. Try me, I'm gonna throw another bar at you. Jay-Z said himself, I only respond to people I respect.
Yeah. Cause you know how many people was dissing him, and it was one of the few celebrities like diss back. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And like, you know, go back to the business.
Too much money
to go back to the business aspect, Swiss Beats said this in his interview. The music business is 95% and 5% music. When I heard that, because I took a music business class, when I heard that, that's when I woke up. Because a lot of people just were like, they think it's just, oh, you just create music, blah, 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 that shit, you do it. No, you gotta
there's a business.
Market yourself, you gotta still network with people, you still have to, you gotta strategize. You know what I'm saying? Like, you come out, one single, one track, you have to do so much stuff. You gotta try to put on the radio. All right, cool. I gotta, even before that, you gotta have it, you know, copywritten and everything. Then you gotta like try to push it. You gotta put it in the press kit. A lot of people don't know that to this day. You gotta give it to the other DJs. You gotta try to get on the radio. You gotta try to get interviews. You know, you gotta do a video for it. Then with that video, you gotta try to put it on. Now it's not just BET and MTV. Now you gotta try to put it on YouTube and Vivo and stuff like that.
Man, hey, forget BET, forget MTV, damn all these rap labels. By the way, I'm gonna say this, and I don't know if people been paying attention to all you YouTubers, those that are getting a lot of views, that's trying to do music. There's a specific record label out there that's signing every last one of y'all. Atlantic Records is signing every last one of y'all. Atlantic Records, smart. I don't like the music that's coming from them, but they getting ahead of the curve. If you want to get signed, reach out to Atlantic Records. I don't think you need to get signed, to be honest. Like, there's no point.
Someone said that. I was listening to the Breakfast Club, and someone said, I don't know which artist said it, was saying, you don't even need to spend, like, music labels, they're not even giving you a budget for a video. Because you have kids, now with how technology is set up, with, like, smartphones and everything, how it's set up, you can film a whole video from your phone and then upload it to YouTube, and there goes your signal, and then it was less than what videos used to cost back in the days. And it's true, like, nowadays, like, social media, like you were saying earlier, is like it's a gift and a curse. Like, if you use it as what it's supposed to be used, you can get what you need across. You can get your ideas across. You can build that following that could propel you into what it is now. It's like that word of mouth, like, to go, like, Cardi B is who she is because of social media. She started on Instagram talking shit, talking about how, you know, this and that, being who she is, not hiding it, just being who she is, talking who she is, and that started a following base that led her to Love and Hip Hop, that then created more of a following base, which led her to making Bodak Yellow and Lick and all these other songs that have now propelled her to where she's at. And she's smart enough to know, like, everybody's like, oh, well, Cardi B doesn't really have, like, she's not a role model, blah, 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 blah. Like,
so what?
But she knew exactly what to do. She knew what to do. And me and you have discussed this. That's the same reason why I feel like Remy currently is at a standstill because she's still stuck on this love and hip hop. You're not using love and hip hop for what it's supposed to be. You use it as your propel to get up, and then you're out.
Yeah, because Trina, I already told people, Trina making a lot of money. I think she's just doing it to get more, get that because you know, love and hip hop got that fan base. They got that cult following. So Trina, what she doing? I don't see her being on the past next year because she don't need. I think
she's on the honestly. Yeah, that's what going back to what I said earlier. Attention is the new currency.
Yeah, she needs the attention.
She wants the attention. Maybe she don't need it. You know, very well be making a lot of money, but.
But then again, she might not need it in Miami. She's using it as I need an attention from everywhere else because you may have heard of Trina. You may have heard of a couple songs of Trina, but she doesn't have the following that she has here. Like her following base is strong here. She needs to get her following elsewhere. So if someone watches Love and Hip Hop and is like, well, Trina, who's Trina? Let me start listening to some old Trina. Pulls up YouTube, start listening to YouTube. They start listening to all of Trina's old stuff and stuff, and now it starts building up that following that she's looking for to then say, okay, deuces, Love and Hip Hop, I'm out.
Yeah, for this generation, because you know everybody knew about Trina. Like
it's a reintroduction.
People from up north was like, she's the queen. They call her the queen of the South because like
she is.
She was the first one to really come out the South and like, you know, she just blew up. You know what I'm saying? So, but
since we talk about a female rapper right now, right?
Yeah.
Continue.
That's in your top 5?
No, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah.
It's in my top 5 lyricists.
I love Lauryn Hill.
She's in my top 5 lyricists.
But
not female rappers, just rappers. She's in my top 5 lyricists.
Yeah. She's a poet within her own self.
Yeah. She is.
I ain't got nothing to say about that.
I mean, I don't disagree with you on that. I feel like the generation that has come after us aren't blessed with Lauryn Hill. Like, we were blessed with Lauryn Hill, you know. We had the Fugees Lauryn Hill, and then we had Lauryn Hill. It's like they don't get that.
Son, like I can't say anything. It's like she went to Zion and never came back.
Yeah, like I feel like Lauryn Hill and Andre 3000, they in the space where
Andre 3000 is also in my top 5 lyricists. People,
they have like this like that's just come up with like a project because like Lauryn Hill, she only really had like one like solo. The album she had that, and then she had the Fugees.
She had the Miseducation.
Yeah, Miseducation too. But like, you still want.
I love the Miseducation.
You still want that one more project to be like, you know what, we need that. You know, same thing with Andre 3000.
I disagree.
Why?
It solidifies
I'm gonna tell you why.
Her legend.
It's not. Because she already solidified. It's just that we need it.
But, and we have a great example, right? She pulled a Barry Sanders. She left while she was still in her prime, while she was still on top.
Like Kevin Johnson when he left.
Right?
Yeah.
Wayne kept going.
Where's Wayne?
Nobody's giving him the respect he should have. I want to put Wayne in my top 5 lyricists, but like I'm struggling. Like he's definitely my number 1 favorite.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that list next. He's definitely like my favorite, number 1. But at one point, Wayne was in my top 5 lyricists. Fuck it, Wayne in my top 5 lyricists also. I have to. I have to. Like, you know, yeah. Okay, no, I didn't put Biggie Smalls in my, in the. I'm sorry, but no, I didn't put Biggie in there. No, I didn't put Nas in there. You know, I'm sorry. I apologize, but
you didn't even put Pac in there.
Lyricist.
Yeah.
But we said lyricist.
Yeah.
Pac is my number 2 favorite. I'm able to differentiate who I think are great at lyrics and who's my favorite. I like Pac way better than I like Biggie. I think most people outside of New York do. But Biggie is a way better.
I personally love Biggie because Biggie to me was like
I like Biggie too.
Yeah.
I like Biggie too, but that's like I think it's that that Jordan and Kobe effect.
Yeah.
Where it's like, okay, Kobe would never be better than Jordan because Kobe wanted to be Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Biggie didn't want to be Jay-Z, but it's like Jay-Z is number 23 and Biggie is number 24.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the type of effect it has for me.
Yeah.
There's no way for me that Biggie can be bigger than what he is because of Jay-Z.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but then Biggie did have.
I mean, yeah, he didn't, but
His got cut
why are we are we gonna disrespect the people that's been able to have longevity? It's like, it's unfortunate he died, but it was 2 albums.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a chance to know if he would have been able to continue.
And that would make the discussion, if he would have been able to continue the discussion and the road that I always believe the discussion of hip hop and the road hip hop would have taken would have been totally, completely different.
Yeah.
It would have created a whole different...
It probably wouldn't be no Jay-Z. Well, Jay-Z would have... It still would have been Jay-Z. It still would have been Jay-Z, but it wouldn't be...
It would have still been a Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I think it would have been...
I think
Jay-Z would have still been around. Things would have been different.
I think his route would have been exactly what he's doing now. It wouldn't have been rap.
I think his route would have been
business.
with Biggie, because he did mention that him and Biggie was supposed to have an album together. Mm-hmm. So I think they would have probably did some things together, whereas Rockefeller probably wouldn't have been able to be what it was.
Would you think Snoop Dogg would be in the situation if Pac was still alive? Because that's another...
What you mean?
Like, would you think Snoop Dogg would be as big as he is now?
Did you hear Doggy Style?
Of course.
Okay then. What are we talking about?
I never connected Snoop and Tupac.
No, but you have to...
I know they came up together like in Death Row,
yeah,
but for me, I feel like Snoop had his own lane and
Tupac
because Tupac did not just rap, he started doing movies. I feel like Tupac was going towards becoming one of those rappers turned
Tupac had
artist.
Tupac had an identity crisis, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. That's
seriously, if you ask me, right?
But didn't he go to a school for the arts?
Yeah, with Marlon and
I think he always just wanted to be an actor.
Yeah,
but I think he did that. Because think about it. At what point this man became a thug? After he saw Juice.
Yeah,
I strongly believe when he did the movie Juice, he held on to that persona.
Yeah.
Me personally, I believe that. I think the same thing with Gucci.
Mm-hmm.
People saying, "Oh, Gucci Man, a killer." Yes, Gucci did shoot that man from self-defense, but he had to.
Mm-hmm.
From that point forward is when Gucci started taking on that persona.
But
if you see Gucci now, it's like, damn, we love this Gucci.
Mm-hmm. I like this new Gucci.
I love both. Listen, I love both Gucci. I love both Guccis.
Gucci,
I can't help it. The old Gucci is familiar to me because it reminds me of so many I done been around. Mm-hmm. But the new Gucci, that's showing me progression. He's showing growth. That I love that also.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no staying stagnant. He kept going.
Mm-hmm. I have a question, just to not to derail us, but just because you said something that was really interesting to me. You said progression, and how Gucci has progressed, and I always use this as an example because it was something that stuck with me. Jay-Z long time ago when he started coming out with new music and he started working with Linkin Park and started doing different things. Everybody was dogging him. Everybody was talking shit about him because they were like, "Oh, it's not the same Jay. It's not the same Jay. It's not the same Jay."
Broke that barrier, dude.
And so JC was like, when I first started, I came off the street and I came from selling crack in Brooklyn to now owning businesses. So my mindsets are different.
Yeah.
Do you feel that as a generation or as a culture, we look down upon individuals who progress and start speaking about the progression? And it seems like, what am I trying to say? Because I know what you're trying to say. You know what I'm trying to say? It looks like we downgrade someone who raps about their progression.
We do.
And we don't celebrate it, and we rather have the old, because even Gucci now, everybody was like, Gucci don't sound the same, and it was like, he's not the same. He just came out of prison, and he was he'd been through hell.
You know who's going through that too now? Even Young Jeezy. Young Jeezy is he's a mogul now.
Jeezy, and that's what also made me think about it, because Jeezy said it in the Breakfast Club. He's like, I'm not doing the same thing. I'm moving up. I'm doing different things. I'm not thinking about the same things that I was before. I'm not in the situation that I was before.
This is why I love Lil Wayne. Wayne did that years ago, where he was like, I don't care what nobody's saying. I don't care what nobody's talking about. I'm finna skate because I want to do it. I always tell people, be yourself, and the rest of the world will adjust to you. Even the way I am now. People accept it. But before it's like, damn, nigga, like you ain't this, like you ain't what you know what I'm saying, you ain't what you used to be. Just because I wasn't a nigga that'll run around and want to fight everybody anymore, or because I wasn't, oh, we finna hop in the car, we finna go do some plays. Nah, bro, I'm good. Like y'all go do that. I'm over here with it. Right? Why we look down on people that progress, I really can't say. I would say that they do it in retrospect when they start feeling nostalgic about a certain something. Like people love to say, "Oh, I miss the old Wayne. I miss the old Drake. I miss the old Jigga." You miss that moment. Yeah. Like you remember when you was in summer camp and Wayne dropped Dedication 3, and you loved it so much, and that it brings you back to a certain moment in your childhood. It brings you back to a certain thought.
You can even say that about Kanye. Like we say that all the time.
I miss the old Kanye.
We all miss the old Kanye.
I think now we.
Kanye he's far gone. That's not.
But I always felt like
in progression.
I felt like
I think Kanye is way beyond. Sorry to cut you off, but I think Kanye mentally is way past the rest of us though, because. Like, even, before you came here earlier, I was, when I was talking about, like, legacy and, I'm fighting for forever. I'm thinking about grandchildren I'm not even expecting to have. I don't even have children. I'm thinking about investments that will take place 100 years from now. Like I was telling him, I want to put some wine into a vault, lock it up for 100 years. Whatever one of my grandchildren, whatever's alive at the time, they cash out on that. I think Kanye is thinking that far ahead. I think he's thinking further than that. So for us, it's like, nigga, you are fucking insane. What are you talking about? But he's fighting the fight that some of us have yet to get to. Because one day, I'm going to want to work with, a huge clothing brand. I'm going to be like, yo, what's up? I'm knocking on the door. What's up? Like, y'all ain't going to let me in? If Kanye break through those barriers, I can walk through that door in the future.
And I get it. I feel like his antics are what take away from that. Because what you're saying is exactly that. Because me and John were talking about how instead of buying his wife for Christmas diamonds or car or something, he bought her stocks.
Yeah. That's love.
And that right there to me was like, okay, you're crazy and all, but you have your head screwed on right, because if something were to happen to him and he were to lose all his money, y'all have stocks to fall back on that y'all could use to, like, even though I don't think that family's gonna ever.
But he's not crazy though.
But I just
he's a visionary.
Okay, I see how you would say that. I just like his antics to me take away from the genius that he is.
Is it antics or is it passion?
No, I think it's antics.
Listen, because I'm a very passionate person, so it have been plenty of times I done had my Kanye moments. Passion is dangerous. It is very dangerous. Like, when I become passionate about something, pardon my language, I don't give a fuck what everybody else talking about. Like, this is what it is. If I can't get what's in me out, it frustrates the hell out of me. Like, I be wanting to pull my hair out when I can't get my ideas out. And I don't want to, but at the same time, I don't want to put my ideas out until they're exactly the way that I see them.
See, I work that way. My passion is different. When I'm passionate about something, I'm very quiet about it. I won't put it out. Yeah. I'm very like, okay, I'm going to work on this. I'm not going to tell anybody about it, but I'm going to keep doing it. And when I can't get it, that's when I'm kind of, okay, like, who can help me in it? And I slowly start bringing in people. I feel like when you start when you're passionate about something, maybe it's because of my personal past and what I've experienced, but when you you're passionate about something, it's like your baby. And so I'm very protective of mine.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't need anybody who isn't going to progress into this passion and isn't going to grow this passion. I don't need nobody in it. So that's what I'm saying, like, with his antics, like, I feel like sometimes he takes away from that genius that he really is. Because instead of letting the world see, like you said, like Lil Wayne, he was one of those people that when he started skateboarding, everybody was like, what the... And then after that, everybody was skateboarding.
Yeah.
To this day.
Like, no one, he didn't have to go all out or anything. Like, no one was like, oh, you know, like what Kanye did, all the stuff that Kanye did. Like, you don't call out your best friend because his wife didn't call you a wife.
Yeah. Now that there, I definitely disagree with.
Yeah.
Like, you know, there's certain things that he has done where, okay, I get why you've done it, and then there's other things that he's done that it's like, dude, you're taking away from what you're trying to accomplish. I agree. I think that him wanting to break into high fashion and him having to go through all the stuff that he has gone through, like, we joked about it and stuff like that, but, like, he was genuinely trying to open a doorway for other fashion designers of minorities that were minorities.
Now, if you think about it, if you ask me, I think he was somewhat successful.
Mm-hmm. He was.
Virgil, which is Kanye's homie, made Off-White.
Yeah.
Off-White is an umbrella of Kanye. One of the ASAP boys got something going on with I think Nike or somebody else.
Not Nike.
Adidas.
Not even Adidas. It's Guess. You talking about ASAP Rocky with Guess? You talking about that collaboration?
What is the other homeboy name? He made V-Long.
Who? Ferg?
Bari. ASAP Bari.
ASAP Bari. Might be.
It's something called V-Long.
It might be Adidas.
Right, like so we have artists that's doing things with these big brands, big corporations and clothing. We even got Yachty with Nautica.
Yeah, he was doing Target before too.
Yeah. He's doing both.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Kanye got something to do with that. So I don't care what anybody say. I don't care about the hype of anything. I don't even wear Jordans. The only Jordans I like is the Sixes. I think those look good. That's why I think they look good. I don't care about the history. I don't care if the Jordan 1s came out and it was... So what? If it don't look good... Well, I think the 1s look good.
Yeah,
but like the 13s, I don't think they look good. I'm not finna wear them. When Kanye came out with the Nikes, I was like, yo, these shits are dope. Yeah. These are dope. Details.
The Yeezys look good.
I don't like the Yeezys. Maybe it's just me.
Which ones? The Adidas or the Nike?
The Adidas Yeezys.
I like them both. The Adidas is... I like things that look weird, so...
Yeah. It looks like a house shoe to me.
But, one last question.
No, I had one more question, and then you can ask your question.
Because I got to do homework.
I know. So you have 2 more questions, and then we're done. My other question was, you know, I see you as someone who will progress to bigger and better things one day. I don't know what you have going on now. I've heard of you through John, but
my brother.
I don't know, like, all of the things that you're doing. You know, I'm pretty sure you have more than one thing.
Yeah.
And you said something earlier about how Kanye is looking into the future and he's fighting a fight that we don't have to experience yet. And I think that as a minority and we're gonna get married and have kids, and you said, like, you know, when you have grandkids, you want to take a wine and put it in a bowl. Why do you think that our generation, especially our black and brown people, don't see that? Like, they don't think of that. They don't think of, you know, wanting to invest into their future.
We were just talking about that earlier.
Really?
Yes, we were just talking about... Well, I mean, you could break it down.
Yeah, I think...
I should be here more often.
I think, and for my situation, I think I'm a unique situation, right? Like, just to give an example before I go into it, you have Jordan, you have Kobe. I would take basketball advice from Kobe before I would take it from Jordan, because I feel like Jordan is God, is a God-given talent. Kobe worked towards his. There's a difference. Yeah, Jordan may be better, but we can tell from his team, Jordan can't pick out talent worth of shit.
No.
Kobe when it comes to technicals, when it comes to details, when it comes to this, and that. Kobe has perfected his craft, and I'm off. Mastery is my ultimate goal right now. Kobe has mastered basketball, although he's, people say he's not better than Jordan. I agree, but Kobe has mastered basketball because he's worked for it. I can't give advice on why I think that way because I feel like it's God-given. Nothing in my circumstances growing up has given me the green light or the access to the information I have now. Like, even the way I talk now, I'm able to articulate because I taught myself how to speak this way. Before, I used to be slang. I used to cuss after every single word. When I started growing my hair, I started reading books. I knew people were going to judge me. I was like, cool, people going to judge me, grow my hair. Let me start reading. And I became this person. There's books that has helped shape and mold me to become this person. Our generation didn't have anything previous to be an example. Like, the things that a lot of us making money from, being successful from, our generation didn't have access to. The YouTubers that are on YouTube now, let's respect them. Nobody taught them how to do that. They figured it out. Our parents don't. I'm quite sure our parents would look at us and be like, you cut a camera on. Boy, go do some homework.
Yeah.
Go do something. But it's like, you're making money from this. Parents around the world, pretty sure they told their children, hey, get off that game and go do your homework before I beat.
Guess what? You making money out of it now.
People making millions playing video games. Our generation still have to figure things out. And we actually have to figure it out for the next generation. Because the shift that has happened fast and instantly. Old generation didn't have time to adjust to what we're going through now. I think we are the transition generation, and the ones that's behind us are the ones that's benefiting from everything.
Yeah, because like I said earlier, I was saying earlier, like the generation that's behind us, they go be something else. Like they all go be the ones that going, hey, I want to invent a flying car. Like those go be the. Like I told you earlier, like
I thought about that. And I was like, I don't want to fly cars, so
I'm saying, I like them on the ground. Ground, they're dangerous. Imagine them in the sky.
But saying,
I'm like a fool if I got to come.
Look at the generation coming up. Like our generation, we look back at what generation before was doing. Like Generation X, all them baby booms, whatever you want to call it. Now you see this generation coming up, they're like, okay, this generation, they went through technology. They come out with all these new ideas. I want to up that. I want to take it to the next step. So,
this generation is experiencing technology. This generation is experiencing the price of living go through the roof. This generation is experiencing jobs being cut because of technology.
Yeah.
This generation, everybody is going to have the experience of the average black person. Reason why I say that, grew up in the terrible circumstances, we had to adjust. This generation has to adjust. Technology is taking over everything. Because if we don't adjust, then when we get older, it's a wrap for us.
Yeah.
If we're not making money from the computer, from online, some way, somehow, that's it for us. We have nothing to follow. There's no, it's like we walking in the desert, but there's no, we're walking through a path. I told somebody this other day, we're walking the path that is less traveled. There's no footprints to follow on this path. We got to figure this out. If there's an obstacle, we got to figure out how to get past that obstacle. Some of these obstacles have a time limit on it. And if we don't figure that shit out right now, it's a wrap. So we sharp. Our generation is very sharp. We smarter than the old generation. I don't care what they say. We smarter than them. Just like this new generation smarter than us. But we doing it. We figuring it out. We getting there. Our great-grandparents were slaves. Slavery is not that far removed.
No.
So, we have nothing to go on. Like, I'm thinking future. Yeah, I'm thinking legacy. I'm thinking forever. I can't tell you why I'm thinking that way, though. I don't know. Nobody else around me was thinking that.
So my last question is, where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? Or 20 years from now?
5, 10 years from now, I'm going to be 50 rich. 20 years from now, I'm going to be filthy rich. Like, I'm going to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to, like, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to be,
This had to be the longest podcast I've ever done.
How long we been here?
This would have to be about almost 3 hours. About 3 hours.
Yo, I swear, when me and Glenn talk about stuff like this all the time. When we talk today, this is exactly how they be.
So I gotta have Glenn, I gotta have Marvin come through.
My big brothers. I'm gonna keep on saying that. The Bible say there's a time to kill and all that good stuff. I kill and die for those two. They're my brothers.
So any other shout outs, any other advice you want to tell anybody before we clock out?
Few things before we clock out. No matter what you're doing in life, no matter what you're going through, put your plan in place and know that you're going to reach whatever your goal is. You're gonna surpass whatever your goal is. Mm-hmm. Be confident in the process, because there will be a process. Mm-hmm. Like, you're going to see failure. You're going to, you know what I'm saying, you're going to go through those tough times. It's going to happen. You got to keep pushing, because if you stop, you're going to be just like everybody else and doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. Mm-hmm. But you get to the top, there's not a lot of competition there, because it's not a lot of people at the top. So be yourself and the world will adjust to you. Always remember that. Do not accept anyone's opinions. When you accept someone's opinion, you accept their lifestyle. Say that again. If you accept someone's opinions, you accept their lifestyle. If you will not trade lifestyles with the person that is giving you the opinion, don't take it. Mm-hmm. Unless that's somebody that is trying to progress with you. Yes. Do not take it. Let's get it, people!
Well, for that being said, man, this has been your boy, DJ Anonymous, with Sports Biz Music, episode 6.
Oh, before you wrap it up, I want to say congratulations to my brother Johnny and Sadiri. I'm very happy for y'all. I'm definitely proud of you. Everything we've talked about in high school, bro, it's happening. It's going down.
Man, I appreciate it, dog.
I appreciate you. Congratulations to both of y'all. I'm happy for y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. But that's been episode 6, man. I think it's about 3 hours.
Hey, it's a good conversation for you.
Yeah, man. But we out, man.